Broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day.
I'm sideline reporter Bria Losick, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5-Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
It is another beautiful, cloudless afternoon on the Cape, and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks are here in Brewster for the final game of a quick 3-game road trip, and they are set to take on the defending league champion Whitecaps here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. Welcome to Stony Brook Field, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. I'm Zach Berman alongside Drake Toll and Austin Dakuda with Bria Losick sitting baseline. Both teams are coming into today's game off of doubleheaders, alas, with drastically different results. The Hawks split their 2 games yesterday in Harwich to improve to 3-4-1, while the Whitecaps are looking to bounce back after spending their Father's Day getting swept by Katuitt. They fall to 4-4 on the season. Drake, after last night, the Hawks had 9 hits, 3 of them with runners in scoring position, en route to a big 4-3 win. How can the Hawks build off of last night's performance at the plate?
Well, Zach, the run production was still not exactly where you want it to be if you're the Harbor Hawks. They have a chance to build on that today, but 9 hits was certainly the best output we've seen out of this team so far in the season. You want the bats to stay hot. A big part of that's Tito Flores in the 1 hole, his ability to break out from that spot. And the other side of that is Nolan Shaniel, who's starting in right field today, was able to get a hit with runners in scoring position in that game. We mentioned it in that one. We'll mention it again today. Shaniel gets hot. This team becomes a different animal.
Now, absolutely on the bump for Brewster tonight, the 6'7" Rutgers lefty Brian Fitzpatrick, who dazzled in his first appearance. He tossed 4 shutout frames against YD on June 13th. And opposing him, of course, such a big part of the game is keeping the opponent from getting those knocks with runners in scoring position. A week ago today in Chatham, Austin Amaral did just that. Mr. Dakuda, your thoughts on Mr. Amaral?
Well, Austin Amaral is a very, very good pitcher all around. He's been one for his entire collegiate career. He's set to make his 2nd start of the year here at the Cape League. And as you mentioned, Zach, he was really good in Chatham. Throughout his collegiate career, college, summer ball, he's thrown 105 and 2/3 innings pitched and has a 2.98 ERA. And in that time, he struck out over 80 and has a fastball in the low 90s. So really, his career stats, his trajectory, very projectable. This is a guy who's been good at every single level and will look to continue to do that tonight.
Let's talk lineups. Leading off for the Hawks, like you mentioned, Drake Tito Flores. He reached base 4 times yesterday in the doubleheader, including a leadoff home run in Game 1. Justin Hyannis batting 2nd and playing first base. Nolan Shaniel batting 3rd in right field. Jacob Campbell in the cleanup spot and catching. Cole McConnell 3 hits in the nightcap Whitecap yesterday, batting 5th and playing center field. After sitting yesterday out, the Juice Rabbit, Rocco Pepe, back in the lineup in the hot corner, batting 6th. Pancho Ruiz batting 7th and DHing. Don Patelli had a great game in the field, batting 8th and playing short, and batting 9th. No Riku Nishida, he gets the night off. Mitch Jebb, one of the newest Harbor Hawks, he's got second base. Now, meanwhile, for the Whitecaps, Ryan Alasko leads off for Brewster in center field. Alex Friedland bats second and playing short. Brendan Malone batting third and DHing. Grayson Tatro batting cleanup in right field. Parks Harbor batting fifth and playing first base. Carson DiMartini batting sixth at third base. Curtis Byrne batting seventh and catching for Brewster. Batting eighth, Logan Bravo in left field, and batting ninth from Monmouth University is Dixon Black. He is at second base, and of course, like I mentioned before, Fitzpatrick starting for the Whitecaps. Absolutely beautiful night here at White House Field. 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Of course, no lights here at Brewster, so this game goes about as long as the lights as the natural light allows. Of course, it is the summer solstice, so I don't think we're going to see the sunset until 8:18 p.m., and the odds of that happening with, you know, your 9-inning caps.
Right. It is the solstice, which
it
is
is
great.
the solstice.
I think it was Coach B.J. Johnson who came by just now, and it sounded like Bria caught up with him pregame.
Bria did catch up with him pregame. We're going to send it to Bria for the pregame interview.
Alongside B.J. Johnson at Stony Brook Field, Coach B.J., you were slinging some balls around during BP.
Oh, yeah.
How's the arm feeling today?
It's doing okay for being, you know, let's just say a little bit above Social Security age. Yeah.
Speaking of arms, we're about a week into the season. Who has really surprised you in the bullpen?
I don't know if anybody's really surprised me. I think they're all, like, supremely talented. I mean, we've been very impressed with everybody that we've run out there, and I would think that most of the clubs probably know pretty much about Hyannis right now, that we can bring a lot of people at you. So I don't think it's an individual. I think I haven't been surprised about their competitiveness. I think they've been outstanding. Outstanding.
A struggle lately has been the bats, but they came alive a little bit yesterday. So what have you guys been telling your team to get the bats hotter?
Well, you kind of go back a little bit to fundamentals. A lot of times when guys get here to the Cape, because they've switched basically into wood, they think that the pop will be exactly the same thing that they've gotten in college, and a lot of guys have hit a lot of home runs. Well, they're facing not only quality arms every single outing, but they have to kind of get used to wood. So if you're going to try to overpower things here, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. So you really got to go back to maybe hitting the opposite way, kind of seeing stuff. And, you know, the good guys, they'll all adjust to it. They'll be good.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bria, and as we get ready for first pitch between Hyannis and Brewster, our home plate umpire, Kevin Coffey, our first base umpire, Jeffrey Kitty, and our third base umpire, Tom Ryberg. And now we're going to send it down to the field for the national anthem.
Direction of Stacy Ferris.
What so proudly
the Eddie School Chorus.
Once again, a beautiful night for baseball. 70 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. The wind blowing southeast at 9 miles an hour, so could have some balls out towards right field. That is to the east. Pretty shallow dimensions here at White House Field, as it's 315 to the left field pole, 385 to dead center, and I can't catch a view in right, but it doesn't look too different from left.
Yeah, about 320.
Yeah.
About 320 from left. Of course, defensive alignments for the Whitecaps. You have Bravo in left, Lasco in center, Tatro in right, and then in the infield going left to right respectively, DiMartini, Freeland, Black, and Harbor. You have Byrne behind the plate, and the man that likes to be called Fitz, per the Rutgers scouting report, on the bump.
What do you guys know about Freeland's brother?
I have a feeling his name is Kyle.
No. Sounds familiar.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, swing and a miss. Swing. What I really do like about this Brewster team, and they didn't hit the ball very well yesterday. Zach, you mentioned they got swept against Katuitt.
Everybody's been swept by Katuitt so far.
Exactly. But they're punching a guy on the bump today whose favorite MLB team is the Mets, and that can never be a good thing, right?
Well,
University of New Jersey.
That was you're a Yankees fan.
I mean, I'm a Yankees fan. I do have a lot of admiration for the Mets. Fitzpatrick out of Port Jefferson, New York, a native of Long Island. And everything that is listed about him on this scouting report is Mets-related. His favorite athlete, Jacob deGrom. Some of the famous people he has met. I love that Rutgers is so in-depth here. Jose Reyes, Todd Frazier, Endy Chavez, and Steven Matz.
Brian Fitzpatrick is not going to overpower you with the fastball. He does sit 90 to 92 when he starts, which is more than what the Harbor Hawks have seen out of some of the people they've faced so far this season. Austin, it's kind of interesting. Early in the year, this team has not seen any big arms that are pumping 97 or 98.
That's the thing, Drake. They're seeing a lot of guys that touch 90, 92. They might see some 95 out of the bullpen, but overall, when you go back to Michael Sansone opening day, you go back to the last couple of games they've played with Santucci, Fajardo, they're all sitting 88 to 90. So these guys are used to a lot of 95, maybe 96. So it's interesting to see how they adjust today.
It's a lefty-righty matchup to start the night as Tito Flores digs into the batter's box. Coming into this one, batting .381 on the season. Had a great day yesterday. He was our roll-a-bump limited player of the game, and he takes a called strike one on the fastball. Count 0-1. Does not look like we have a radar gun here.
So what does the number 0 mean to you guys?
That is miles per hour that the scoreboard told us that pitch was.
And that is the amount of balls that Tito Flores hit to right field this year.
The 0-1 pitch hit on the ground to short. Freeland fields, charges, fires in time. 2 pitches, 1 out. Yesterday for Tito, it was 2 pitches, 1 over the left field fence. Different result tonight. I see, Austin, you have quickly discovered the spray chart on Point Streak. That absolutely had me enamored last night.
It's a great tool.
How many times has Justin Hyannis bunted?
This season, I would say 0.
Well, the point streak is there. I was given the opportunity to hunt for it.
Yeah, okay.
First pitch to the lefty, Hyannis. It's a weak foul. Count 0-1. Of course, we are standing, or should I say sitting, directly to the right of home plate. So when some of these righty bats come up, thankfully we have the fence, but we might get a couple hit right at us. If you're at home, maybe you should put your 3D glasses on. The 0-1 pitch is taken up high by Hyannis. The count 1-1.
I can confirm that Justin Hyannis has indeed not bunted this season.
Justin Hyannis, of course,
not
had
a single one.
2-run double yesterday as he hits that one on the ground weakly. Could be a tough play, and there's not going to be a play. As Black seemed to not get the best read on it. We'll see how they call it.
It's a hit.
And it is a hit and an infield single for Justin Hyannis. The Hawks have a runner on with 1 out the top of the first.
I think that was fairly ruled. I'd give that an infield hit for Hyannis, and an opportunity here for Nolan Shanuel to get something brewing with another runner on base.
It was a good day yesterday for Shanuel. In that second game of the doubleheader, he was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and all day long he really put some good swings together. So that's a very positive sign for the FAU standout.
Shanuel now sitting at the Mendoza line, 6 for 30 on the year, 200 batting average, no homers, 2 RBIs, and he lines that to second base, and it's caught on a line by by Black for the second out of the inning. Good contact again from Nolan Shaniel, and you really do like to see that even if the result isn't necessarily what you want.
No, that was solid, but you got to hit it where they aim. We talked about it yesterday. This team has been so good at putting balls in play, but the hits just haven't come consistently yet. However, when you know your team's not striking out, it's only inevitable. Statistically, at some point, it's all going to come together, and you're going to get those timely hits. And Nolan Shaniel should be a part of that.
That brings up Jacob Campbell, lefty-righty matchup. Fitzpatrick out of the stretch, checks off first, and now goes back to first.
Well, Jacob Campbell, it's rare to see a catcher play in both games of a doubleheader. He did that yesterday. He DH'd one game, and I guess I'm a little surprised we're seeing him back in the lineup today. I mean, he caught game 2 yesterday, and now he's going to catch all 9 today, presumably.
Right. Well, you do have Pancho Ruiz, the DH spot. May flip those guys halfway through this one.
Now the first pitch taken outside. I did ask Coach Eric Beatty before the game on the success with runners on last night, and he said guys are starting to settle in and find that sweet spot in the barrel, and he's looking forward to the game today. He thinks there's still a next step to be taken in terms of the bats. It was a season-high 9 hits for the Harbor Hawks last night. They have 1 tonight. That's the runner off of first, Justin Hyannis. The 1-0 pitch and a high pop foul by Jacob Campbell, his fellow Fighting Illini.
The Hawks now have 3 players batting over 300, and it's a positive sign to see these guys start to swing the bat. Jacob Campbell, one of them, hitting at .315 on the year. So see if this trend continues with the Hawks putting hits together.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Checking off a first, out of the stretch, Fitzpatrick deals in a swing and a miss on what looked to be a fastball, count 1-2. Should Campbell reach Cole McConnell, who had 3 hits yesterday on deck? He raised his average to 300 on the dot. But anyway, a 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, top of the first. No score here in Brewster. Good crowd on hand tonight, taking in the beautiful weather as time is called.
Yeah, across the way for Brewster, only 1 player, 2, above 300 in their lineup tonight.
Looks like all the Brewster guys have their own college hats on, too.
A 1-2 pitch and a high fly ball. Relatively shallow left center field coming on, making the catch. Lasco to retire the side. No runs, a hit, 1 man left on base after 1/2 of an inning. No score here from White House Field with the Whitecaps coming to bat on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Austin Dakuda, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including the Yawkey Foundation. Tom and Gene Yawkey were passionate about the game of baseball. Over their 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yawkeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics in our community. They recognize the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field: cooperation, respect, teamwork, friendships, and confidence. The Yawkey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape League for more than 25 years. The Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is partnering with the Cape Cod Baseball League this year to help you find a trusted business at bbb.org. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Some of the first from Stony Brook Field in Brewster. No score between the Harbor Hawks and Whitecaps. And now let's take a look at the Hyannis defensive alignment. You have the Juice Rabbit, Rocco Pepe at third, Dom Patelli at short, Mitch Jebb at second base, no Riku Nishida tonight, and Justin Hyannis at first. And now in the outfield, right to left, Nolan Shaniel, Cole McConnell, Tito Flores. You have Jacob Campbell behind the plate, and on the mound, Austin Amaral, who put together an impressive season at Stetson University through 1-run innings in Chatham Tuesday night. That was the only tie on the ledger thus far for the Harbor Hawks. Chatham seemed to wake up yesterday, defeating Wareham both games in that doubleheader.
Starting on the mound for Hyannis.
And they did something that no team has done thus far, that hit a grand slam. But Austin Amaral, like we said, impressive stuff.
He's consistent, he's steady, he doesn't allow a ton of hits, which is a big plus with the right-hander. He, at college, walked a few too many, but overall he's really young still, 20 years old, and has a chance to take the next step here this summer. And his whip is solid at 1.2, and His ERA, as I mentioned, 2.98 across 105 2/3 collegiate innings between Stetson and summer ball. And this is a guy who could really carry your rotation throughout the summer as a steady number 3 behind McCullough and Good.
Of course, last summer he pitched for the North Shore Navigators in Lynn, Massachusetts of the New England Collegiate Baseball League, the NECL. And he was 2-3 with a 2.97 ERA. 8 games pitched, 7 games started.
That was the first year the Navigators were in the NECBL. They used to be in the FCBL, the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, but they made the switch to the bigger league with more teams in the NECBL, and it's been an interesting switch for them up in Lynn. They do get good crowds over on the North Shore.
So one of 2 Rutgers Scarlet Knights steps to the plate. That would be Ryan Lasco as he digs in against Austin Amaral. Righty to righty. First pitch from Amaral, he winds and deals, and a swing and a miss. Count 0-1.
Amaral's fastball will run 91 to 95.
We saw a lot of 92, 93 at Chatham.
The 0-1 pitch to Lasco. Amaral deals, and it's taken just a bit low. Count 1-1 on the breaking ball.
But as we know, that Chatham radar gun was
a little off, huh?
Lasco having a tough go of it thus far. 179 average on the year. The 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball. Catches the inside part of the plate, called a strike. In 8 games, 28 at-bats, 5 hits, 3 runs scored, no RBIs, 1 walk to 8 strikeouts. The 1-1 pitch, and that's ripped to second base and caught on a line by Mitch Jebb, 1 down.
You know, I told you earlier in this game they had 2 batters batting over 300 in the lineup, and I lied to you when I said that. Malone is the only guy in the Brewster lineup batting over 300.
That brings up Alex Freeland, not Friedland, Freeland, out of UCF, native of Cape Coral, Florida.
It's Freeland. It's present tense.
Well, he is a member of the 2021 Brewster Championship team, returning here for 2022. And in that 2021 summer, he played in the playoffs as well. In 4 of those playoff games, he had an RBI and a walk during that stretch.
Big lefty bat, stands at 6'2". 1-0 pitch to Freeland, righty to lefty, and Amaral sets and delivers the pitch. There's a fastball at the knees called a strike by our home plate ump, Kevin Coffey.
Alex
Count
Freeland,
1-1.
Bat 282 at Central Florida in the spring, but an OBP of 419. His slash line ends at 570 slugging.
The 1-1 pitch to Freeland, weakly chop right back to Amaral. He stabs it with the glove under, hands it to first in time, score the out 1-3, and there are 2 retired.
The crowd oohs and ahs at that one, and Amaral said, "Look what I found," and then slowly trots it over for the out. A nice little play to put on during elementary night. A really good crowd here. I think that's why across the way Brewster is wearing their college hats, because it's elementary night tonight.
Well, that brings up Brennan Malone, the lone Brewster bat hitting over 300. He's hitting 320, 1 home run, 4 RBIs out of the University of Oregon. Native of Woodstock, Georgia, takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. He's also a transfer out of the University of South Carolina, so he started his collegiate career a Gamecock.
Won't get too familiar with his future teammate Riku Nishida tonight.
1-0 pitch and a high fly down the right field line, hooking foul, count 1-1.
Nishida in the dugout for the first time this season, getting a little bit of rest. I'm sure that I don't know if he necessarily needed it imperatively. Well, he wouldn't have told you that, but it's definitely always good to give somebody a break.
1-1 pitch, and that's popped straight foul. Count 1-2. Well, you can expect if the Hawks are in a situation involving a pinch runner, Riku would be the first guy out of the dugout.
I think so.
Malone has Cape League experience as well. Spent 2021 with the Falmouth Commodores, played 13 games, hit 167 with 3 runs batted in.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Austin Amaral looking to complete a 1-2-3 frame. The delivery up high, 2-2. Now, at Woodstock High School in Georgia, where Mr. Malone graduated from, he broke his school record for home runs, RBIs, walks, and hits. And who did he pass? Former Baltimore Oriole Nick Markakis. The 2-2 pitch just missing a little bit low at the knees. Count will go full 3-2.
That's a good pitch on 2-2 there. You bring him a fastball at the knees, try to freeze him. Not a pitch you can do a ton with. We'll see where he comes now on the full count offering.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The delivery, and it's up high for ball 4. So Malone works a 2-out walk to bring up Grayson Tatro out of Abilene Christian University.
Man, the rich get richer from Malone. He's on base again. That guy's just had a great start to his year. Really good eye at the plate. And now you bring up Tatro, who bat 285 at ACU in the spring, 410 on base percentage and 566 slugging.
A native of Mansfield, Texas, 6'4", 219.
17 home runs in the spring with 66 RBI as well.
He started off at Weatherford College before transferring to Paris JC Junior College. Takes a first pitch called strike 0-1, and now he's at Abilene Christian.
Talking to the broadcasters before the game, they said he's a big strikeout guy, kind of one way or the other. He either gets a solid piece of contact and a hit, or he strikes out.
Yeah, he had 60 strikeouts and 28 walks at the collegiate level this season.
Amaral, the 0-1 pitch delivers to the big lefty, and it's just a bit low and inside, 1-1.
So anytime you're striking out about 2.5 times more than you're walking, it's
he's having a good season thus far.
He
here in Brewster, 285 on the year. No home runs, 5 RBIs, though.
Team lead in RBI. And
especially in a league where runs have seemingly, they've come at a premium, but we're starting to see the scoring pick up ever so slightly. Runner goes, pitch swung on and missed. Now the runner actually goes back to first.
While he leads the Whitecaps in RBI, he also leads the Cape Cod Baseball League in strikeouts, as he has 13 of those.
Wow.
1-2 pitch, Amaral to the big lefty Tatro. Runner off of first was Brennan Maloney, reached on a walk. Here in the bottom of the first, and a scoreless tie between the Whitecaps and Harbor Hawks. And the 1-2 pitch taken a little bit up high, trying to get Tatro to bite on the high cheese. 2-2. 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. With the big lefty Tatro at the plate. Runner off of first, Malone. Where do you go on this 2-2 pitch?
Hopefully a strike. I don't know.
I mean, that would be
nice.
The 2-2 pitch, and it's not a strike. A fastball just high and outside. 3-2. Amaral has thrown 18 pitches, 9 strikes, 9 balls.
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of Amaral yet for me to predict where he's going to go in certain counts. I know a guy like Ty Good, obviously, you can predict with his curveball, Brody McCullough with his fastball, but Amaral really doesn't have a pitch yet that we've keyed in on as his best in a certain spot.
Right.
Here comes the payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner goes. The pitch checked foul, not by much. Tatro just barely staying alive, and the count will run full.
Yeah, McCullough fastball, Jay Driver fastball, Ty Good curveball,
Langenberg slider,
changeup.
Changeup, excuse me.
I mean, you build a pitcher with those 4, and you're in business.
Cy Young's coming your way.
No kidding.
Magdil Cotto with that overpowered fastball.
Yeah.
So every guy has their pitch, and Amaral has a couple really good ones. We're just waiting to see which one is going to be his go-to.
Here's the payoff pitch again. Runner goes, and it's called. Strike 3 at the knees. Yeah. Tatro does not like it. He's going to take the long trot back to the home dugout. But Austin Amaral works a scoreless bottom of the first. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on after 1 inning. Scoreless from Stony Brook Field in Brewster on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzuoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Welcome back to the ballpark where I'd say right now the current MLB MVP frontrunner Aaron Judge played his summer ball days. Stony Brook Field in Brewster.
And is he, though?
Right.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Zach Berman's not the only voter for...
Yeah. That is correct.
I'll say this about Tatro, who struck out there. His 13th strikeout on the season, leads the league, and he was very confused. You see, he did a bat flip and started walking down toward first base after the called strike 3. But go back to the dugout of your 13th K of the season, and it seems like a trend is there. And he was a bit confused on that one, but it seemed pretty true from Amaral, and a really big pitch. Turn it to Amaral. Really good stuff from him.
It's a huge spot for him.
5, 6, and 7 due up for the Hawks. We begin with Cole McConnell, who had himself quite the day yesterday. 3 hits. You can really start to see him starting to figure it out.
Yeah, his second multi-hit game in the last 3 contests.
Yep.
First pitch to McConnell. It's a weak chopper. It's going to roll foul.
They're going to say fair. He's
They're
out.
going to say fair. How about that?
That's a great call. The
That
ball
is
is
a
on the
great
line.
call.
It's picked up by the catcher, Byrne, and he just tags him out.
And
You
that's
wanna
why
call-
Beatty didn't argue it or anything.
No.
And that also gives you some confidence that it is the right call. Not that he's a guy who argues often, but if there is a call that's going to be questioned, he will question it.
The
But
very, very rare one unassisted putout.
Yeah.
Don't see that very often.
McConnell just stood there confused. I don't necessarily blame him either. That was a strange play.
So now up steps the Juice Rabbit, Rocco Pepe. First pitch, a high pop foul over our heads. The count 0-1. Pepe sat yesterday's doubleheader out. He's sitting right at the Mendoza line as well. 4 for 20 on the year, 1 home run, 3 RBIs out of Long Beach State. The 0-1 pitch to Pepe. He takes a fastball called strike inside part of the plate. Count quickly 0-2. Now we know that Rocco Pepe has that light tower power. We've seen it before. We saw it in Wareham more than a week ago. The 0-2 pitch and Pepe, a high pop, right field side of play, hooking foul. Count stays 0-2.
unfortunately, no light towers here in Brewster to compare.
That is true. That is true.
Rocco Pepe started the season 4 for 8, and he has not had a hit since those first 2 games.
The 0-2 pitch to Pepe, and Fitzpatrick delivers, swing and a miss. Pepe biting on the high heat for the second out of the inning, and that's a good-looking fastball there from Fitzpatrick.
A tough stretch for the Juice Rabbit, but now you give way to Pancho Ruiz, who's still waiting to get hot.
Ruiz comes in batting .214 on the year, but you know that Pancho is one of those guys that once he figures it out, it's gonna come together really fast for him. He's only got 3 hits on the season.
Yeah. Currently sitting at a .214 batting average.
Lefty to righty, first pitch, and Pancho takes up high 1-0.
And your team leaders right now in average are Tito Flores, 381, Jacob Campbell, 316, and Cole McConnell, 300. Then your drop-off is at Justin Hyannis at 222.
The 1-0 pitch, and there's a high fly ball. Right center field. Chasing back is Lasco. He makes the catch right on the warning track. Some good contact there from Ruiz, but nothing to show for it as the Hawks go down in order after 1.5 innings of play. No score from Brewster. You are listening to Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day.
Welcome back to Brewster. No score, bottom of the second inning between the Harbor Hawks and Whitecaps.
So there are 10 teams in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Through the first 7 games, there are a total right now of 13 guys batting 300 or better across the entire league. Hyannis actually owns with Tito Flores. You have Flores, Cole McConnell. Tito Flores and Cole McConnell are your 2 for Hyannis in that 13.
Not to be that guy, but the Harbor Hawks could very easily be 5-2-1. They lost the opening day game to Wareham 2-1.
They could very easily have won the opener.
They should have won yesterday's opener in Harwich. They were down to the last strike, and I think, Drake, you just said it. With 3 guys out of the, 14 you said, batting 300 in the Cape, that shows you just how good this roster is and how good it's going to be all year.
Well, from the Harbor Hawks to Parks Harbor. Harber. The 1-0 pitch to Harbor is a fastball called strike inside part of the plate. Count 1-1. An Atlanta native, student at University of Georgia. He's academic all SEC and not a bad baseball player either. 287 on his Georgia career, swings and misses on the 1-1. 10 doubles, 2 triples, 16 home runs, and 72 RBIs in 92 games with 82 starts from 2021 and 2022 with the Dogs. A 1-2 pitch, Austin Amaral sets and deals the pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Dom Patelli sets, fields, fires in time, 1 down, and that's just elementary for Mr. Patelli.
Yeah, solid stuff there from Dom Patelli, one of the better fielders that comes out of the college ranks, the shortstop position. Here's a fun fact. The 30th best batting average in the league is 222, and Justin Hyannis is right there tied with a couple other guys for it. Think about that. That's 3 players per team, and 222 is where you're sitting across this league. It's like nobody's hitting the baseball.
Well, that brings up Carson DiMartini, the Virginia Beach native, currently studying at Virginia Tech, takes a first pitch called strike. Now, DiMartini, a freshman, and he's ranked in the top 500 from Perfect Game. And with regards to the top 500 Division I freshman, the 0-1 pitch bounced by Amaral. Now count 1-1. Austin Amaral working quite fast.
Got to see DiMartini play in a regional against Columbia, the championship of the Blacksburg Regional. Fun place to be. Great place to catch a game.
Absolutely.
1-1 pitch, Amaral deals. Fastball called strike. Count 1-2. DiMartini did choose Virginia Tech ahead of George Mason, James Madison, Old Dominion, VCU, and William & Mary. Very clearly wanted to stay in state. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Amaral, righty to lefty, sets and deals to the 6-hitter for Brewster. Takes low, count 2-2.
You read those schools off. One of those things is not like the other, too. Virginia Tech, certainly the outlier. Surprised you didn't have more offers from the bigger teams in the ACC.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Amaral delivers, and a swing and a miss on the breaking ball as DiMartini went down to look for it, got nothing but dirt. And like I said last night, dirt is dirty. That's 2 down.
Bingo. Hey, I was going to say it if you didn't.
The catcher from
there
Texas
it is.
Christian.
To bring up Curtis Byrne, the number 7 hitter, TCU Horned Frog.
Boo.
Yeah, back with
Alma
Brewster,
mater
too.
of our producer, one of our 2 producers, Ella Gibson.
Not alma mater yet.
Not
too
alma
much
mater
credit
yet. First pitch is taken low.
We'll see what
By
happens.
Byrne, count 1-0. A native of the St. Louis area, and Christian Brothers College.
Yeah, he was also
high school.
drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in the 35th round of the 2019 MLB draft.
The 1-0 pitch. There's a breaking ball called strike. The knees count 1-1.
Thank you very much for that call. I will accept that one
Of course,
gladly.
CBC is putting out plenty of athletes in
Where's that?
St. Louis area.
Christian Brothers College.
High school.
High school.
Yeah, haven't
I
heard
believe it is just inside St. Louis city limits off of I-64. The 1-1 pitch, and that's hit on the ground. Patelli, the tough backhand scoop across the diamond, and the throw gets away from the first baseman, Hyannis. He tried the Derek Jeter jump throw, didn't quite work out.
Well, I think Hyannis was expecting that ball to take a hop, and the second it hit the ground, it just dropped. And you saw Hyannis' glove was nowhere near that baseball. It'll be ruled a hit, but Dominic Patelli was dangerously close to actually making that play that seemed unreasonable.
Well, that brings up Logan Bravo. He started 6 games for Harvard this past season, the native of Andover, Mass, and graduate of Austin Prep High School. Of course, he lost almost 2 full years of baseball due to the Ivy League not playing last year.
Yeah, Bravo was no stranger to summer success. In 2021, he was named the top prospect in the NECBL while playing with North Shore. He led the league with 14 home runs, 32 RBI. And
So now the runner off of first pitch to Bravo
over
foul
1,000.
back.
Yeah, he also played in 38 games this spring for Harvard. He was their guy. 355 batting average, 423 OBP. Had 26 runs, 56 hits, 8 home runs to boot.
And a teammate of Jay Driver. Of course, Bravo comes in right at the Mendoza line, 5 for 25, no home runs, 1 RBI, with the runner off first being Byrne in a scoreless game, bottom of the second inning. And now checking back off of first is Amaral. Amaral now up to 33 pitches. So 20 strikes, 13 balls. Here comes the 0-1, righty to righty. Amaral now delivers, and there's a breaking ball taken outside. Count 1-1.
Bravo, a 45% pull hitter, 23% to center, and goes oppo 33% of the time. Pretty balanced guy.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Amaral delivers, and there's a breaking ball. Just misses, not by much. Count 2-1.
Well, with Logan Bravo standing at 6'5",
Yeah.
a breaking ball at the shins is quite low for him to get to.
You do have to say these Brewster Whitecaps, there's one thing seemingly a lot of them have in common. It is height. It's a pretty tall team.
They do well on the basketball court.
The 2-1 pitch, Amaral deals, and it's fouled straight back 2-2. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And now that we're starting to see a little bit more of Amaral, where do you think he goes on his put-away pitch to maybe get out of this frame?
Well, it seems like the strikeout has been what's been most consistent for him in this game. He's placed it better than the breaking ball to this point, and he struck out a couple with it. So maybe a high heater right here. Even on a 2-2, if you work a full count, still go to that fastball, show him it's there.
2-2 pitch with a runner off of first, righty to righty. Amaral deals in air. There is your fastball. It's fouled straight back.
Look at that. You know, they always said I should be an MLB scout.
Yeah.
By they, I mean me.
They is we.
Right.
And we are many.
Mm-hmm.
We are the all of us.
We are the all of us. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Let's do it again. The 2-2 from Austin Amaral to Logan Bravo. Sets and deals the pitch. And it's hit on the ground to Dom Patelli, who will make the easy play over to Mitch Jebb. Score at 6-4 for the final out of the frame. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on after 2. No score from Brewster on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day.
Top of the third inning here from Brewster. Still no score with 8-9-1 due up. And we begin with Dom Patelli, who's really starting to flex his muscles defensively, but he's hit in 3 straight games as well.
Yeah, Dom Patelli now hitting 200 for the Harbor Hawks, and a guy who's climbing on the come up after struggling for the first couple days on the Cape. He mentioned how when he got here, he needed a couple days to adjust. And Mitch Jebb said the exact same thing, that wow, that first day, especially coming off your travel, if you haven't swung a bat for 1 or 2 days, it just feels weird in your hands, especially when it's wooden. So Dom Patelli finally catching up to it, and that's a good sign for the Harbor Hawks.
I mean, we're seeing some of these wood bats explode like 4th of July fireworks. How many broken bats have we bared witness to? Too many, almost. Only other 1 game in play right now, and we do have a score. Top of the second, Bourne has taken a 1-0 lead at Red Wilson Field against YD.
You know, they should get lights here.
Rest of your games, Katuitt off the Cape in Wareham tonight at 6. Harwich, 6:30 start at Eldridge Park in Orleans. And Falmouth and Chatham, first pitch from Chatham at 7 o'clock tonight.
You guys see what our friend Max Muncy said today about old Wareham?
Former gate man. Max. Is it gate man?
He was a gate man.
Gate man.
I don't think I like that.
Meanwhile, Fitzpatrick sets and deals lefty to lefty first pitch to Patelli. Breaking ball taken up and away, ball 1.
Surprised that Byrne didn't give the old sweep back through and try to frame that one up. Look at a pretty decent pitch.
Don Patelli has 2 hits to the left side and a solo shot to right field this year.
Patelli shows bunt, lays it down. It rolls just foul left field side. Based on the fielding alignment, DeMartini was playing back pretty deep at third.
Yeah.
I think Patelli would have reached. It was a good call to bunt.
Second time he's tried to do that this year.
Yep, got a little too much oomph on that one and pushed it a little too far foul.
Of course, Mitch Jebb batting in the 9-hole today. No Riku Nishida. He's standing
right
in
there.
the on-deck circle to our right. The 1-1 pitch to Patelli takes high 2-1.
Mitch Jebb and Patelli both remind me a lot of each other. They wear those similar numbers, very similar outfit. Yeah, very similar uniform as well. Same helmet.
They're both in the same Harper Hawk shirt. How about that?
The 2-1 pitch. Fitzpatrick delivers, and Patelli, high fly ball, right center field, and coming over to make the catch is Lasko. There's a metal bat home run for sure, as he really got some good wood on it, but alas, just a long loud out number 1.
Yep, the oohs and ahs again from the crowd. They like that one off the bat, but still, 30 or 40 feet short of the wall.
I want to hear about how good the Cape Cod League pitching is. Look no further than Mitch Jebb. This is a guy who struck out 4 times between the doubleheader yesterday, but in his collegiate season, Mitch Jebb only struck out in 209 at-bats, only 16 times.
Wow.
And he struck out 4 times yesterday.
Meanwhile, he bunts the first pitch foul. I mean, we saw Riku Nishida only struck out 10 times this entire season at Mount Hood Community College, strike out twice yesterday.
In the same game.
So, I mean, that just shows you 4 strikeouts in 2 games, but
the 0-1 to Jebb, he crouches down to avoid that one. Count 1-1.
Almost hit that one.
Jebb with a very compact lefty swing. Former Michigan State, or current Michigan State Spartan, former Cotuit Kettleer. The 1-1 pitch to Jebb, and he takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Nice movement on the slider there, called 1-2. And, you got to love summer ball when you have a Michigan State and a Michigan guy batting back-to-back in the lineup.
Yeah. Kind of forced to be teammates, huh?
Where'd Mitch Jebb's neon green cleats go? I don't see those today.
A 1-2 pitch, and Jebb swings and misses. Talk about someone that has not struck out very much in college. Well, hey, the Cape League's an adjustment, and a nice adjustment there by Fitzpatrick to get the number 9 hitter to cut and miss on the low breaker. 2 down. So from Michigan State to Michigan, now Tito Flores, who grounded into a 6-3 in the first inning, steps up, and Tito has been starting to catch fire for the Hawks. In the leadoff hole. Nobody on, top of the 3rd. Here comes the pitch to Flores. He takes up and in for ball 1.
He's really settled into this leadoff spot since being moved here for the doubleheader yesterday, a couple of hits. And at Michigan, he did a little bit of contact hitting and for power. He had 19 doubles, 11 homers, all while batting .276. So might be the right guy for that leadoff spot.
The 1-0 pitch to Tito, and he takes a breaking ball strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. We saw the power yesterday when he led off the first game with that solo home run. His only RBI so far this season. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd here in Brewster. And the delivery from Fitzpatrick, and Tito takes just a bit inside, count 2-1. I don't think the dugout from Brewster liked that call very much.
It sounded like the Harbor Hawk dugout did. Those guys were excited.
Led by Strickland, I assume.
Yep.
Every time.
Strickland and Wes Burton, those are the 2 most vocal figures in that dugout.
Unfortunately, I think our buddy Wes is down in the bullpen.
Yeah,
today.
He's hot today.
2-1 pitch called a strike. Now 2-2. It was hot yesterday.
For a while.
He was hot for both games yesterday. Didn't pitch in either of them, so we can expect to see Wes Burton sometime today. You would think.
Is he going to be mic'd up on the mound if that comes around?
I hope not.
Yeah.
I really hope not. Not for the sake of the viewer, but for sake of Wes.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Fitzpatrick delivers, and Flores just missing it, fouls it straight back.
I mean, can you imagine going down 3-0 in the count, and you're mic'd up, and you got to try to throw a strike? I mean, you're obviously thinking about the outside things.
I get the feeling that Wes Burton at some point would just pick the mic up and throw it to the side.
Well, the league would probably frown upon that.
I don't think the league would like that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the third, and the delivery to Flores, and Tito pops it up. Foul again. I don't know where it is. Everybody's looking up.
You know, the Brewster Whitecaps came into this one 4-4. YD's right behind them at 3-3-2. Harwich is 4-4. Chatham's 3-3-1. Orleans 3-4-1. All those teams within 1 point in the East.
Very close in the East. I mean, everybody. I mean, at this point, both divisions, though, even though Katuitt's so far ahead, it's really anybody's division.
Right.
The 2-2 pitch, and Fitzpatrick deals in a swing and a miss by Flores. 3 up, 3 down. Nice work again by Fitzpatrick, and through 2.5 innings of play, no score between the Harbor Hawks and Whitecaps. You are listening to Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Bottom of the third inning of play now here from Brewster. No score. It will be 9-1-2 due up for the Whitecaps, and we begin with Dixon Black out of Monmouth University. About 10 minutes from where I grew up.
Yeah, you know the Monmouth mascot?
It's a Hawk.
Yep.
Cheeseburger, pizza, or cheese nachos.
Monmouth had a really good basketball team this season as well. Kind of
Yes,
fell
they
apart
did.
late in the year.
Well, they lost to St. Peter's in the MAC with 2 A's championship.
What do you know about St. Peter's?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I've heard something about St. Peter's. I can't quite remember.
One of
But
our broadcast crew has a connection.
Zach,
That's
Zach,
something
do you
for
remember?
that's something for you guys to know and for everybody else to never find out.
I love it.
Dixon Black out of Archibald, Pennsylvania. First pitch to Dixon Black, and goes inside, gets away from the glove of Campbell. Count 0-1. Coming into this one, Black 1 for 15, an average of 0.66.
Oh, tough start.
Tough. A 1-0 pitch, and Black a high pop. Foul, count 1-1. He started 36 games for Monmouth. He was named the MAC with 2 A's Rookie of the Year. I don't know if it's the MAC or the MAC, or I don't know how do you pronounce it. It stands for it's Metro Atlantic Coast Conference.
The
I believe.
MAAC.
MAAC. Count 2-1 are
The MAAC.
yeah, it's the MAAC. That's what I refer to it.
That's what the
as.
locals call it?
That must be.
I guess it's what I call it.
Well, you're for 10 minutes, so.
That's a local.
The 2-1 pitch, Austin Amaral, who's had some nice work in the first 2, gets
go.
Black to swing and miss. Count now 2-2.
It's got a good downward break on that right there. I think that might be
Yeah.
a true curveball.
It looks like it. We didn't see it as much in Chatham, and now I think
No.
as he's getting a feel for his fastball, he's starting to get a feel for his secondary pitches as well.
Here comes a 2-2 pitch. Amaral deals, and it's a check swing foul. Count 2-2. The MAC with 2 A's. The MAAC, 11 full-time members, mostly in the New York metropolitan area. You have 2 out in Western New York,
LaSalle?
Niagara and Canisius. LaSalle, not one of them.
Not in the MAC.
Swinging a miss.
Ryder, Monmouth, St. Peter's, Manhattan, Marist, Fairfield, Quinnipiac, and Rick Pitino's Iona, the Iona Gales. And New Rochelle, the 2-2 pitch, and another weak check swing. This time it goes right to Hyannis, flips to Amaral, score the out 3-1, 1 down.
I love when first basemen do that. You know, Justin Hyannis could have gone right to first base so conveniently, but he saw Amaral's hauling tail over to first base and thinks, why not give the guy a stat?
That's a good sign, though. I mean, even when a play you don't need to be over there, it's
Right.
good for the pitcher to get used to getting in that spot and really getting over there quickly because you're going to need to do it at some point. So might as well get it done.
Well, that brings up Ryan Lasco out of Jackson, New Jersey. which is also the home of Six Flags down near me. The first pitch taken for a ball.
Yeah, Lasco, 51% pull hitter. Really, really strong pull hitter.
The 1-0 pitch, Lasco, that's a high fly ball. Center field coming in, making the catch, McConnell, 2 down.
Can of corn, huh?
You could call it as such. Alex Freeland out of UCF steps in last licks here in the bottom of the third.
Freeland at UCF, the member of
number 24,
the American
Alex.
Athletic Conference.
Until
Soon to be the Big 10, Big 12, excuse me.
Yeah, UCF coming to the Big 12.
Freeland is from Cape Coral, Florida. Zach, ever been there?
Cape Coral.
Ah, there we go.
Yes, I have, actually.
He's been everywhere.
A little bit south of Fort Myers. The first pitch to Freeland is called strike at the knees, count 0-1.
Freeland's got 2 homers already on the young season, tied for the league lead.
Are you trying to will something into existence, Mr. Dakuda? Swinging a
I'm just
foul
telling you
tip
this guy's
back.
stats, that's all.
Now it's an 0-2 count. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in a scoreless tie from Brewster. Here comes the 0-2 from Amaral. He deals, and it's low, count 1-2. You know who is also from Cape Coral? That would be the current catcher of the Tampa Bay Rays, Mike Zunino.
Yes.
The 1-2 pitch, and that's ripped down the right field line, hooking, and that is a fair ball into the corner. And an easy double for Freeland, first extra base hit of the contest, and now a runner in scoring position. It is a ground rule double. We have little to no view down the right field line directly.
Yeah, there's no fence on the right side past the dugout. There's just some bleachers, so if it takes a couple bounces, gets out of play, it's a double. Most ballparks, that's closed off, so a guy with speed could actually get a triple on that some places, but not here on Brewster. If it curves to left or right field, it's open.
So not necessarily the guy you want to have to deal with 2 outs, and that would be Brennan Malone. Walked his first time up. Malone, you could confidently say the best hitter on the Whitecaps to start the season.
Yeah, batting average would say so. His spring stats were solid, too, at Oregon.
First pitch to Malone. Oh, it plunks him right in the helmet. Looks to be okay. He gives a little nod to Austin Amaral, who gives him a my bad, I'm sorry, as he takes a trot to first. Looks like it got him right on that flap on the ear.
Yeah, he's pointing at, I think it kicked off the flap and kind of scraped the front of his lip, because you can see him pointing there to the coach. Coach was asking him if it hit him in the helmet. He said, yeah, and it scraped the front part of his lip. You know, that didn't feel very good.
Well, you just have to be appreciative of how far technology has come with these helmets, whereas maybe 20, 30 years ago, that hurts a lot more. And
well,
it still doesn't tickle.
It's not
that one
untrue,
does not have the
what you've
extended
said.
flap there, unfortunately. There are ones with the extended flap that completely protect against getting hit in the cheek or the chin there, but that one's just kind of your double ear, not really much extension protecting the face.
You know,
Well, it looks to be okay.
Original days of baseball, they wore no helmets.
Yep.
So we have certainly
advanced.
I would say so.
So after all that, now first and second 2 outs.
Well, there was a free spot there. Look at the bright side. There's a free spot at first base, and the man on second. Now you got him at 1 and 2. You got Grayson Tatro, and I would rather face Grayson Tatro than Brennan Malone.
Obviously, yeah, that's not the way you want to put Malone on, but now that you're in this situation, you have a chance to attack a hitter who is prone to the strikeout.
Righty to lefty. First pitch to Tatro is low, called ball 1. If there's any action in the arm barn for Hyannis, I couldn't tell you.
No, it's tough to see down there.
Actually, I do have a little bit of a view. Does not look like anybody's throwing as now time is called. So it seems like there's going to be some discussions on the mound.
Yeah, it's always tough for a pitcher when the batter prior to this one you hit in the helmet, so now you're a bit timid to come inside. Austin Amaral is just such a nice kid. He's now, you could tell right away he felt really bad about it.
Yeah,
so
he went right up to Malone as he was walking up to first base, and you saw him tap his shoulder and goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, exactly. He just needs to get calmed down a bit here, get back into the groove.
This is a really good learning moment, too, for Jacob Campbell. If you're Campbell, your next move should be to come out from behind the plate, give it a second, and then meet your pitcher at the mound and call time. They mentioned that with Jay Driver yesterday. After Driver gave up the RBI single that tied the ball game, the next move should have been for the catcher to come out, settle him down, let's take a second and pause. Talking to the coaching staff before the game, they said in situations like these, they're really good learning moments for these catchers where the coaching staff had to come out and talk to Amaral. It was a great spot for Campbell to do that beforehand.
Well, it is Tatro who struck out looking his first time. You did mention he came into this game with a league-leading 13 strikeouts. He was able to add number 14 to his repertoire. The 1-0 pitch, a high pop foul behind the plate, count 1-1. And this would be some nice work for Austin Amaral if he can get out of this. But as we have seen, Amaral, oddly enough, has retired the first two batters in every inning he has faced. And then with 2 outs, he has put runners on in each of these first 3 frames, in this case 2 runners. The double and then the hit by pitch. The 1-1 to Tatro. He swings and misses through that one, count 1-2.
Well, after Tatro's first at-bat, getting caught looking on strike 3, you can only imagine a 1-2 count here. I'll be swinging at mostly everything, especially as anything close, that is, especially as upset as he was about that call earlier.
Well, now you can try and maybe get him to swing at something he shouldn't be swinging at.
I go curveball right here. That 1-2, the curveball was pretty that he threw earlier.
Off of second is Freeland. Off of first is Malone. The 1-2 pitch. There's your breaking ball. Does not miss by much. Count will go 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Here for Brewster in the bottom of the third of a scoreless tie. Brewster came into this one sitting at 500, 4-4. The Harbor Hawks looking to get back to 500. They came in 3-4-1. The 2-2 pitch on its way, and it's ripped foul down the right field line, and a bit of a sigh of relief for the time being, as that was some good contact there. Everybody takes the long trot back to their respective bases. As Amaral gets himself set again. Gets his signs from the catcher, Campbell. Checks off second, and Freeland. Now the 2-2 pitch incoming. Amaral deals and a swing and a miss. So Austin Amaral works himself in and out of danger and strands 2 Whitecaps after 3 no runs, 1 hit, 2 left on. We're going to keep it right here and send it down to Bria Losick. Bria.
Thanks, Zach. This is the first time Hyannis has played the defending champions in Brewster. So let's take a look back to the last time the Harbor Hawks won the league. In 1991, Hyannis swept Chatham in 2 games to claim its 3rd league title. That would be the last time they've done so, despite appearing in the championship series in 2000, falling to Brewster in 2 games. I talked to Coach B.J. Johnson before the game about the history of the organization, and he said, look, let's talk about this team instead, because in his words, this season just feels different. Back to you, Zach.
Thank you, Bria. And of course, the Harbor Hawks did come into this season with the 2nd longest championship drought in the league, the first being Falmouth. The reason I said Chatham was because Chatham was the team that Hyannis beat in the championship in '91, where they defeated Wareham in the semis.
1980 is the last time Falmouth won. Hyannis is 91. They played for the title in 2015,
losing to YD.
Yeah, so they were a couple outs away actually from winning that championship and fell on a heartbreaker. And so 1979, though, talking history, Hyannis had 33 wins. It is still the most dominant season in Cape Cod Baseball League history. Hyannis has had both the best and the worst records across the league, and even last year allowed 249 runs. Second worst was Katuitt at 189. That is a 60-run difference. 60-run difference. Thank you. I'm a journalism major, math not. Katuitt also scored a league-leading 197, though. Hyannis had a league-worst 158, so they allowed the most and scored the least. This season, you can already tell, much, much different, Mr. Austin Takuda.
Oh, I was here for last season, and I am certainly here for this season. And unfortunately, last year, what we talked about was just a bunch of circumstances that came together and made it really tough on these guys. We had 9 guys from the team last year drafted midseason. You had 5 guys not show up because they were going to be drafted, a couple injuries, and that storm of unfortunate events just really made it tough on that team.
As Justin Hyannis takes a first pitch ball, 2, 3, and 4 in against Brian Fitzpatrick. He tossed 4 shutout innings against YD on June 13th, looking to do the same here tonight. Next pitch, an outside ball again, 2-0. Hyannis, of course, the 2-run double in the nightcap yesterday at Harwich, coming in 222. And he did single his first time up, and that pitch again taken low. So Hyannis now 3-0.
Yeah, Hyannis last season, a 91-run differential. YD was second worst at 16.
I would say red light here. Would you guys agree?
3-0, yeah.
3-0 up and in. Nope. Called a strike.
Okay.
Hyannis was already a couple steps off towards first, but we play on 3-1 as Fitzpatrick, the lefty, deals to the lefty Hyannis, who grounds it foul towards the Harbor Hawk dugout. Count will now go full 3-2. Does it get into your head as a batter a little bit when you're up 3-0 on a count and you think you've gotten ball 4 and it's called otherwise?
Oh, yeah, it's got to. Especially that ball was mid-navel.
The 3-2 pitch, and Hyannis cracks it to the infield. Could be a tough play. Black fires to first in time. Nice play by the Monmouth Hawk for the first out of the inning. That's a tough break for Hyannis because, I mean, at least to me, from where I'm sitting, my vantage point, that looked like ball 4. But then again, I am not an umpire. I am not a trained umpire in any stretch of the imagination, so my opinion is worth nothing. To bring up Nolan Shanuel.
Well, some calls feel pretty cut and dry, Mr. Berman, and I think you're on top of that one.
Shanuel lined out to Black his first time up. Shanuel takes a breaking ball called strike. Count 0-1. And here's the inverse. For Fitzpatrick, you thought you might have walked the leadoff guy. Now instead he gets him out. And now you have the confidence to throw the first pitch curveball to one of the best hitters that this Hawks team has to offer. The 0-1 to Shanuel. He takes inside, called a strike as well. Count 0-2.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially to a left-handed hitter with a left-handed pitcher on the mound. It really starts at your chest and just breaks across the plate. It's really nothing you can do with it besides fight it off if you wait it out.
Fitzpatrick deals the 0-2 pitch, and Shanuel weakly grounds it towards the bullpen foul. Count will stay 0-2. We do see some movement up in the Brewster bullpen. I can't tell you who is throwing as it's behind a screen, but we can see balls flying in the air.
There's a right-hander, and they do have a couple pullovers on, too, so it makes it tough to read the numbers.
The 0-2 pitch, Fitzpatrick deals. Shanuel saws it off foul over the Whitecap bullpen. We stay 0-2.
Some would say it makes it impossible to see the numbers with the pullover over the jersey.
We also do have confirmation that Zach Volker is warming up in the Harbor Hawk bullpen.
Gotcha.
Well, there you go.
But nothing on Brewster yet.
The 0-2, and nice take there by Shanuel on a pitch that, judging by tonight, could have been called a strike. We've seen it before, but the slider just misses. Count 1-2 now.
Fitz is attacking, even the 0-2, not wasting pitches here.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to Shanuel, and he weakly chops it on the ground to Black. Scoops it with the right hand. Fields throws it with the left in time. And for the second straight bat, that's a ground ball to Dixon Black for the out.
Well, you know, since Bria mentioned history in her spot, you know, which is kind of on the topic, guess who has the second lowest ERA in Cape League history?
Who would that be?
All right.
Sean Manaea.
No, this guy played in 2003.
2003.
David Wells.
David Wells, he pitched in the majors in the late 90s.
Oh,
Try Eric Beatty.
Wow. And he is standing somewhere on this field, and yes, that's third base.
I know the guy.
Campbell takes a first pitch low ball 1.
0.39 ERA.
And he's a Cape Cod Baseball Hall of Famer, and
now a coach.
Now a coach.
One ball, no strikes to Campbell. Flew out in the first. And the delivery to Campbell, and that plunks him on the back. Is
right on the elbow pad, I think.
Right on the elbow pad. Wasn't a very hard-thrown ball, so Campbell just shrugs it off and trots off to first. So with 2 outs, both teams have a batter plunked. And that continues the inning and brings up Cole McConnell. 3 hits yesterday. Came into this one batting .300. Was out on that very weird catcher unassisted tag. The one unassisted. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. He just bounced it off the plate. It stayed fair for just a second. Long enough.
I feel like I haven't given
Byrne to make the play.
I feel like I haven't given Curtis Byrne the credit he deserved for the heads up on that play. So Campbell's got a bit of a lead off first as Fitz now working out of the stretch, checks back. Of course, it is listed on the Rutgers website that he prefers to be called Fitz.
Can confirm that it's the right-hander John West at 6'8", warming up down in the Brewster bullpen.
Another check back off first.
Brewster said you can only play for us if you're 6'4" or above.
Seems to be the case.
Well, I wouldn't want to play him in basketball, I can tell you that much.
No.
Mm-hmm.
John West out of Boston College, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. I'll get you his numbers momentarily. Another check off of first and another pickoff attempt unsuccessful.
16 players on their roster are at least 6'2".
Wow. That's a stat right there.
West had an ERA of 10.36 this year at BC.
Is that good?
Now, finally, the first pitch to McConnell called a strike inside part of the plate count 0-1.
Yeah, you'd think Fitzpatrick maybe stalling here just a little bit to get some relief from West. And if his day ends at 3 2/3 or even 4 full innings, that seems the standard, the average here on Cape.
1-0 pitch is cracked to right field, a base hit over the outstretched glove of Harbor. Rounding second, going to third, Campbell. He comes in without a throw. And just like that, runners on the corners now for 2 outs. So we're starting to see a little bit of some parallels here. Both teams, no runs, 2 hits aside, and came into the third inning. First 2 retired, and then an extra and then a base hit and a hit by pitch.
Now you get the juice rabbit, Rocco Pepe, who got yesterday off, can try to get hot. His last 13 at-bats, he has not logged a hit after starting 4 for 8 on the season.
Rocco Pepe.
He is tied for the team lead with 3 runs batted in, so a good spot for him to produce another one.
Well, Byrne and Fitzgerald are having a little bit of a chat. Not a full mound meeting, as Byrne just came up in front of Pepe to exchange a couple words and signs. But here comes Rocco. He struck out swinging his first time up. You like the lefty-righty matchup here. Runner off at third as Campbell reached on the hit by pitch. McConnell a single, 4 hits in his last 2 games. So you really like that for Cole. First pitch inside, fastball 1-0 on the juice rabbit.
Yeah, they're discussing what the play would be if Cole McConnell goes to steal second base. They discuss coverages, shortstop, second base, who's going to take the throw from the catcher, and what the plan is with a runner also on third.
The 1-0 and the pitch to Pepe taken up by 2-0. I don't love the steal here because
I don't think he's going, but they're prepared in case he does.
The Hawks in Game 1 yesterday had 3 guys out on the base paths.
If you were to put Pepe on here, 2-0 if he walks, Pancho Ruiz coming up behind him.
2-0 to Pepe, takes a strike at the knees, count 2-1. No score, top of the 4th inning. No runs, 2 hits aside for Hyannis and Brewster. Pretty important early season matchup when you look at the standings. Out of the stretch, Fitzpatrick checks off first and delivers, and it's up high to Pepe, 3-1, and Rocco Pepe in the driver's seat for this at-bat.
Pepe's hat reads FAU for Florida Atlantic University.
Well, he wore a Michigan hat.
Yes, he did.
On Saturday against Cotuit.
Pepe, the pride of Long Beach
State. 3-1 to the Juice Rabbit. Checking off of first, Fitzpatrick now delivers, and it's fouled straight back. And you can tell Rocco Pepe a little bit frustrated because when you miss a pitch like that, you don't miss it by much.
Not at all, and he's on the fastball, it seems. So we'll see where Fitz goes here on the full count pitch with 2 outs. You're actually going to have Cole McConnell in motion off of first base, too.
There's some wind here as well as Fitz goes down to tie his shoe. And
it's blowing out to left center. So
if Fitz misses with this one, the righty Rocco Pepe could blow this thing wide open.
It's going to benefit right-handed hitters today who pull the ball for sure.
Here you go. Bases loaded. Bases could be loaded. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch. Runner goes to high pop foul. Will do it over again.
Oh, there is a net over the playground. Okay, that's a good sign.
Oh, I wonder what happened. There's got to be a story behind that net.
Yeah, I'm afraid to ask it.
Well, we don't have much screening above that fence except for that net. But let's do this again. Campbell off of third. He reached on a hit by pitch, then went first to third on McConnell's single.
And they're not even holding McConnell on at first. They're just going to let him.
McConnell's chilling at first. He'll dart for second as soon as the ball's out of Fitzpatrick's hands. The 3-2 pitch, another pop foul. So Pepe working up, or should I say, pumping some juice into this at-bat.
This would be the worst idea ever. I'm about to say the worst thing I've ever said as a broadcaster on air.
Just think this through before you go through with that.
If Pepe push bunts down the third base line with 2 strikes, it's a guaranteed run. They're playing so far back.
The 3-2 pitch, and Pepe once again weakly chops it foul. That was a good pitch by Fitzpatrick. Nice job by Pepe to spoil it.
I think if you go back in a 1-1 count, you're in business to try that, Drake. But now that you're sitting 3-2,
yeah, obviously with 2 strikes, it would be the stupid thing to do. But also, no one's expecting it.
I mean, the first baseman's way back.
Whoever wins this at bat, major momentum boost for their team. Runners in the corners, 3-2, 2 outs the pitch.
Man.
High pop. Is it headed foul again? It is, but this time it is caught by Harbor off the first base bag, and the Hawks strand a runner in scoring position and a runner at first as well. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on after 3.5. 4 shutout innings for the second straight game for Brian Fitzpatrick. Let's go to the bottom of the 4th here on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Austin Dakuda, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including the Yawkey Foundation. Tom and Gene Yawkey were passionate about the game of baseball. Over their 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yawkeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics in our community. They recognize the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field: cooperation, respect, teamwork, friendships, and confidence. The Yawkey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape League for more than 25 years. The Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is partnering with the Cape Cod Baseball League this year to help you find a trusted business at bbb.org. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Bottom of the 4th, no score, and now a new pitcher as Zach Volker steps onto the bump. Volker out of Cal State Long Beach, a teammate of Rocco Pepe, and took the tough luck loss, should I say, in that opening game at Wareham. But
oh boy, yeah, not an easy situation to come into for Zach Volker in that one. And Volker, I really like the stuff that he's gotten. The coaches have been trusting of Volker to really see what he can give, and man, he's been solid for the Harbor Hawks so far when he's gotten his opportunity to go out there. His stats on the year so far, like you said, 0-1. Pretty tough outing in that first one to allow just 2 runs. Neither of them earned, by the way, but had to take the loss.
So Volker comes into this one, like you said, no earned runs. This is his first time actually pitching against a team from Cape Cod, as he hasn't pitched against anybody but Wareham thus far.
He did pitch 2 against Wareham. 3? His ERA right now, Zach Volker, it's 0. He has a 0 ERA, and he's 0-1. 5 innings pitched.
Toughest one.
4 hits in total, 2 runs. Again, no earned runs. He's struck out 4, hasn't walked anybody. And this was a guy who's faced 20 batters. It's a guy who's faced 20 batters. A guy that the coaching staff really wanted to see what he could prove on Cape. And so far, he's been pretty lights out.
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, it's really hard to say that he couldn't have been better when he allowed 2 runs, but neither of them were earned. So really, he really couldn't have been much better than he has been. Just 2 hits in 5 innings says a lot about you, especially when you give up no walks. That's the biggest thing. Is
Volker was fantastic in the June 16th game. Of course, the Gatemen blew out the Harbor Hawks, and it was mostly a mop-up role for Volker, nicknamed Volk by, I guess, most of the team. But 3 shutout innings for Zach, 2 hits.
Oh, I'm trying to think. You know, Volker and Wes Burton actually played baseball together last summer on the same team.
Yes,
and
they did.
They had a special nickname for him.
I forget what it was.
It was something funky.
It was something funky.
Like little Z-Volk.
He told me one day to call Rocco Pepe Mini Fridge. instead of juice rabbit.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Did you try it?
No, Rocco said to do it too. I just haven't done it till now.
Mini
Okay.
fridge. Okay, I'll keep that in the notes.
Rocco said that as well, not just that.
5, 6, and 7 coming up to the plate. First, Parks Harbor takes the first pitch from Volker up high, 1-0.
Good velo on the fastball there from Volker.
Well, how can you tell? We don't have a.
I was watching it.
The old eye test.
1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Volker
That was 98.
sets and deals with the bases empty. Righty to righty. The pitch swung on, weakly chopped foul, count 1-1.
Off speed
to Parks
72.
Wow.
Ooh.
Looking good today.
Or as some folks may call him out here, Pax Haba.
I see what you did there.
Aha.
1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Volker. The big leg kick delivers. Fastball taken inside, 2-1. Seems like he's just trying to get the chemistry just right.
Yeah, he's a consumer affairs major at Long Beach State.
Thank you.
Formerly of San Joaquin Delta College, the native of Granite Bay, California. 2-1, Volker delivers. High pop over the net, over
Heads up.
everything. No, it's nowhere near you, Drake. Foul.
Well, we're making sure you're okay.
Trying to protect you, Zach
Yeah,
Berman.
we're not worried about us.
You don't have your glove. Or a glove in
Yeah, I
general.
don't have a
actually.
glove.
Or a hat. You said you were going to bring a hat yesterday. I don't see one.
I don't have a hat right now.
Okay.
2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Volker, the 2-2 pitch incoming.
Good
And-
piece of pitching.
Good piece of pitching. A nice job at the plate by Harbor to barely fend that off. The count will go full. Or, excuse me, will stay 2-2. The Whitecaps, despite not being named the Mariners here are Harwich, but the Brewster Whitecaps, they almost wear identical colors to the Seattle Mariners, the teal with the white and the silver. The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, doesn't break enough, goes up high, 3-2.
Zach's brother Matt played baseball at Baylor.
Oh, really? Zach?
I have a
didn't
brother.
know that.
I have a brother named Matt as well. He didn't play baseball at Baylor.
Also, not with the last name Volker.
Ah.
Payoff pitch, the 3-2. Volker sits and deals, and it's a breaking ball called strike 3. Harbor doesn't like it. He gives a home plate blue Kevin Coffey a little, really? But
That was a look of disgust if I've ever seen one. That guy was appalled.
Now batting, the
that's
third
out
baseman
number 1.
from
You guys
Virginia
remember when Cody
Number
Parkey
16,
double doinked the kick off the uprights?
I do remember
you
that.
remember when they cut the former head coach of the Chicago Bears, Matt Nagy?
Yeah.
He just had that look of, oh my God, are you kidding me on his face?
Yep.
Yeah.
Similar look there from Harbor.
Same
I
look.
would say so.
First pitch now to Carson DiMartini, taken for a called strike at the knees, count 0-1. The Nagy face, as I like to call it.
DiMartini, also not the happiest camper about that called strike.
Yeah. Seems to be the way things are going today.
The 0-1, Volker, righty to lefty, delivers, and DiMartini takes a ball up and away, not by much.
Great pitch.
Count 1-1. That is a very good pitch from Zach Volker.
Now, the zone seems to be a bit below the knee.
Right.
And
It's been a fine zone. It's
Yeah.
consistent, and
Right.
that's all you can ask for. And not all, but most.
I can't tell in or out from this angle, but
Right.
you can definitely see you're going to get a couple baseballs below the knee, but it's consistent for both teams.
A 1-1 pitch to DiMartini. He takes inside, 2-1.
Not leaving many surprises here, and you like that. I mean, from a player, coach, even broadcaster standpoint, as long as you're
the
giving it
payoff
the
pitch
same
to
spot.
Harbor looked like a strike to me. And I guess it looked like a strike to Mr. Coffey as well. The 2-1 pitch, Volker delivers. That's taken low, 3-1. So 3 balls in the first 2 counts. Volker already up to 11 pitches. This will be his 12th.
And if you're joining us on the live stream, we're live at Stony Brook Field in Brewster, where we are only doing audio because here in the Cape Cod Baseball League, the away teams cover the radio broadcast and the home teams cover the video. So if you're looking for a video, we invite you to join us on Mixlr, where you'll hear our voices, but you can also pull up the Brewster Whitecaps YouTube for their video feed. So if you'd like to hear the Harbor Hawks announcers, myself, Zach Berman, and Drake Toll, you can do that on YouTube as you're doing now, or Mixlr. But the road teams, just audio allowed here on Cape Cod.
The payoff pitch, the 3-2. Volker sets and deals, and it's a Swing and a miss. Or are they going to call it a strike three looking? Either way, the crowd doesn't like it. DeMartini doesn't like it. He checked his swing. I think he held up, but it was strike three either way.
He definitely didn't swing, but he's just going to call him a strike on the outside corner. And another man goes down looking. That is the third Whitecap to go down looking.
Number 36.
Well, you did mention the road teams can only get radio calls. We would like to, unfortunately, a video stream on the road, not in our future.
And not in the league's future.
Not in the league's future. First pitch to Curtis Byrne, who singled his first time up. First pitch breaking ball brushes him back in a little bit, 1-0.
We'll have video tomorrow night, though.
We will for the second half of this home and home. Drake, you'll be on play-by-play tomorrow night.
Some home cooking back at McKeon. Same team, though. We'll be facing Brewster.
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and Volker delivers. There's a pitch that does not miss by much. Outside part of the plate, called a ball, 2-0. It is Veterans Appreciation Night at McKeon Park.
That's tomorrow night with a 6 p.m. first pitch. We invite you to join us a bit early for some pregame ceremonies. And wear red, white, and blue to the ballpark.
We will be wearing red, white, and blue in the booth as well. The 2-0 pitch, a high pop foul behind the plate, 2-1.
So far this season, our friend Austin Dakuda has done 3 games of play-by-play and is 3-0. I have done 3 games. I am 0-3, and Zach Berman here is 0-1, meaning tonight there's only 1 spot you can fit that next number.
Oh, I would love nothing more than a Hawk win. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Volker sits and deals, and that's a high fly ball. Shallow right center. Shanuel calling everybody off, makes the catch. Inning over. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Zach Volker, fantastic. Let's head to the top of the 5th. No score from Brewster on Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Top of the 5th inning, and it does look like we have a new pitcher? And the answer to that is
no.
No, we do not.
We don't.
You did say that John West was warming.
That was correct. He was.
Everybody makes mistakes. It happens once to all of us.
Well, he was warming.
True.
I think pitchers throughout the game, too, even guys who aren't going to come in, are going to throw bullpens occasionally to stay loose. Maybe you'll see him later in the game, but there's another guy warming up now. Doesn't mean we'll see him. Doesn't mean we won't see him.
Right. It's always funny to me when the guys, like Strickland will come out before the game and say, hey, I want to throw a bullpen 25 today. And you see him in the bullpen and you think, starter Austin Strickland's warming up, but he's just throwing the normal bullpen.
Yeah. Well, anywho, 7, 8, and 9 due up against Brian Fitzpatrick, who threw 4 shutout against YD a couple days ago. Actually, a week ago to be exact, and now he can gun for 5.
Hey, Zach Berman, what do you know about T-Mobile?
What do I know about T-Mobile? That would be that they are the official carrier of Cape Cod League Baseball.
T-Mobile also got us covered today. Really good. The coverage today, you mentioned pregame, right?
Yes.
Struggling to get coverage to every other provider, not T-Mobile. So there's a shout-out to one of the sponsors here that's got you covered at Brewster. T-Mobile doing some good work here for us.
Absolutely. I shall not name my carrier.
Our Wi-Fi is T-Mobile as well, correct? See, league sponsor?
I will not name my carrier. I can confirm I do not have cell service out here in Brewster.
From San Diego State.
So Pancho Ruiz, who had a long, loud fly out his first time up, And before Poncho digs in, another score update. 4-0 Bourne over YD from Red Wilson, top of the fourth in that one, as the first pitch a called strike to Ruiz, count 0-1.
Yeah, this game's gone pretty quickly here at Brewster, and 6 o'clock is usual start time for everybody else.
0-1 pitch, hit on the ground as short. Fielded by Freeland, steps field, fires in time, 1 down. And after 9 hits in Game 2 yesterday for the Hawks, the bat's silent this go-around to start, but you can credit Fitzpatrick, who has been quite good to a lot of that.
Yeah. Mentioned earlier how everybody in the East Division is within 1 point of each other. The West is certainly different. Bourne trails Cotuit by 6 points from first to second place. Cotuit with 4 more wins than anybody else in the West early on in the year.
Well, if you're a Hawks fan, you're also rooting for YD to somehow come back. It's the first pitch taken for a called strike by Dom Patelli. He flew out to center his first time as well. And you are also rooting for Cotuit tonight, believe it or not, as a Hawks win and Wareham loss would launch them into 3rd place in the Western Division, as that's fouled away by Patelli, count 0-2.
We have Bourne loses and Wareham also loses. Hyannis now the second place team, sole possession of second place.
Unfortunately, Bourne is up pretty big right now.
At 4-0.
In the Cape, it feels like twice as much sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's a very good point, especially this early in the year where the bats aren't going.
Deals, and that's a swing and a miss by Patelli. He goes down on 3 pitches.
Falmouth, 2-6, may be the, well, I say 2-6. Hyannis at 3-4-1. You know, you think you have separation from the 2-6 team. It's
only
really not
3 points.
that gap. Right, it's not that big of a gap.
So that brings up Mitch Jebb 0 for 8 to start this season with the Hawks. Former Cotuit Kettleer for a couple days. First pitch righty to lefty to Jebb, and he cracks it on the ground to first and right at Barks Harbor, who trots over to the bag, 3 unassisted, and that will retire the side. 5 shutout innings for Brian Fitzpatrick, and we're halfway home here in Brewster. No score on Harbor Hawk Radio Network.
I'm sideline reporter Bria Losick, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5 Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Zach Volker back in for his second inning of work in a scoreless game here at Stony Brook Field. Bottom of the 5th, no score between the Whitecaps and Harbor Hawks, and they'll have to put up with 8, 9, and 1. Bravo, Black, and Lasco.
Zach, here's a little fun knowledge here on the Cape. The Cape League lasts, 8 to 9 weeks any given season, however you want to chalk it up. If you win 2 games a week with maybe a 3rd game sprinkled in there, you're almost guaranteed a playoff spot.
Well, when 8 of the 10 teams make it in.
What a strange thought.
Strange thought.
But that is true, with 8 of the 10 teams making it. And basically, really the stretch is to get to the playoffs, and from there, hope that things take care of themselves.
We don't know nobody knows what any team is going to look like 6 weeks from now.
You could be at second base.
I don't think that's going to happen.
It wouldn't be the first time it's happened for an intern to get out on the field.
I mean, it's happened before. It's not happening with me. So Logan Bravo, who grounded into a 6-4 force his first time up in the bottom of the 2nd, steps in. Volker, righty to righty. The big windup in the pitch. Breaking ball called a strike inside part of the plate, count 0-1.
Well, I will toss a bone there to the batter, Bravo, and say that maybe it was a little in.
Maybe you could say bravo. The 0-1.
You could say it.
Outside Actually, that's called a strike. They're calling it a strike on the board.
Oh, it's a 1-1.
But it looked like a ball to me. Okay, I was right. 1-1.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Volker wind up in the pitch, the 1-1 pitch, and they check down to first, and the first place umpire says no, he did not go around.
Yeah, it's probably the right call. The bat did come around just a bit, but not far enough to cross the plane. See where Volker goes here on 2-1 if he goes back to that heater.
I think he goes fastball, the 2-1 pitch. It is the heater inside 3-1 now. So Volker has gone in the 4 batters he's faced thus far. The 3 of those 4 have gotten him up to 3 balls. Volker, of course, battled back to strike the first 2 of them out. 3-1 to the 8-hitter Bravo, and Zach Volker sits and winds up the pitch, and it's fouled straight back now, count full. That's a good pitch on the 3-1, a low fastball, not much you can do with it, but it's going to get the strike zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. We do have more arms throwing in the arm barn of the home Brewster Whitecaps.
Volker has threatened a couple walks, but has not allowed a base runner yet in his 1 official inning.
The 3-2, Volker delivers, and that's hit in the air to left field. Drifting back, Flores makes the catch, 1 down.
Pretty good stuff there from Tito Flores, tracking that ball backward.
Tiptoeing in and out of danger in these at-bats thus far. So Dixon Black hit into a 3-1, his first time up. The pride of Monmouth University. Now, no, I can name immediately off the top of my head. Who else went to Monmouth University? It would be former Patriots wide receiver Kevin Hogan. Actually did not play football at Monmouth. He played lacrosse.
He didn't play a ton of... You mean Chris Hogan?
Chris Hogan.
Okay, I was going to say.
Did I say Kevin Hogan?
Kevin Hogan.
I said Kevin Hogan, who was a quarterback at Stanford.
There's also Hulk Hogan.
There's also Hulk Hogan indeed. I said Kevin Hogan. So 1-0 is the count on Black.
I was going to say.
I believe Kevin Hogan was a Cleveland Brown at some point, too.
Yes.
Volker, inside 2-0. So Chris Hogan, former Monmouth Hawk, as well as, if you remember this name, former Dallas Cowboy wide receiver Miles Austin.
Yeah. Wow.
Owns pretty much every offensive school record for Monmouth football. Meanwhile, Volker trying to toss another scoreless frame to help the Harbor Hawks get their record back to 500. The 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Nice stuff there from Volker again. The count now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases empty, no score here at Stony Brook Field. I keep on saying White House because White House is where we were yesterday in Harwich. The 2-1 and a swing and a miss breaking ball again from Volk, and the count will go 2-2.
Really a great pitch there from Volker. It starts over the plate to a right-handed hitter, but just dips off to the left-handed batter's box, one that you just can't help but swing at and chase out of the zone.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning already. The 2-2, Volker sets and deals. That's a breaking ball, nice eye by Dixon Black. Count goes full 3-1. Score update from YD, and this is good news for the Hawks. The Red Sox are on the board, and they are threatening in the bottom of the 4th. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Braves.
Terry Spear, author who also went to Monmouth.
3-2 payoff pitch. Volker deals, and it's a breaking ball. Does not miss by all that much, but there's the walk.
That's his first one of the 2022 season here on the Cape, and that's pretty impressive for Volker to go over 6 complete innings and just issue his first walk of the season, and he didn't really miss by much. It shows you how good his breaking stuff is. His fastball obviously is his strong suit that he throws early in counts, but now how did he work out of the stretch with a runner on?
So now you have to work out of the stretch as the lineup flips over. Lasko 0 for 2 with a line out and a fly out in his first 2 plate appearances. Runner goes, it's a bunt, and that's a stroke of luck for the Hawks as Black was almost 3/4 of the way to second base. The bunt rolls, foul, count 0-1.
Well, you have one of the best defensive catchers on Cape Cod behind the plate in Jacob Campbell. He threw out 41% of runners this season at Illinois, and he's thrown out 3 of 4 behind the dish in a Harbor Hawk uniform.
Do you test the arm of Campbell here if you're Dixon Black?
I think you do at some point because nothing game, not a lot of offense doing.
The 0-1, swing and a miss. There's a fake throw back by Campbell. So he's able to hold.
Looked like he wanted to snap throw to first, but the ball slipped out of his hand for a second. I mean, he's put the ball on the money, throwing it down there to Justin Hyannis a couple of times this season, to a point where all Hyannis has had to do is slap the glove on the hand because he just hits it right on top of the bag.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner off of first. Black, the pitch is taken up high. Black threatening to try and dash away. He does have 0 stolen bases on the season. So he's gunning for his first. Certainly thinking about it. I'm sure Jacob Campbell was thinking about it as well. Zach Volker out of the stretch, the 1-2, and it's ripped to left field. Coming on, making the catch is Tito Flores. Didn't have to move too far for out number 2.
Good jump for Flores right there, and now you got an opportunity to try to sit down Ryan Lasko as the final out of the bottom of this 5th inning and keep both teams off the board. We've seen 4 combined hits. We mentioned how hopefully the Harbor Hawks could build off of yesterday's offensive output. And with 2 hits through 5 innings here, neither team is able to get things going there today.
Well, the owner of one of those 2 hits and the owner of the game's only extra base hit up at the plate, Alex Freeland.
Also the game's only switch hitter in the starting lineup.
Switch hitter batting left with the righty Volker on the mound. First pitch, Freeland hits it on the ground. Diving stop by Hyannis, and he will take it to the bag himself. Justin Hyannis flashing the leather to retire the side. Score at 3 unassisted. It was a ball hit right on the screws, and Hyannis dove to his right and took it to the bag himself. No runs, no hits, 1 left on after 5. No score between the Harbor Hawks and Whitecaps on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Austin Dakuda, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including the Yawkey Foundation. Tom and Gene Yawkey were passionate about the game of baseball. Over their 7 decades as owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yawkeys greatly invested in youth and amateur athletics in our community. They recognize the important skills baseball can bring to players both on and off the field: cooperation, respect, teamwork, friendships, and confidence. The Yawkey Foundation has been proud to support the Cape League for more than 25 years. The Better Business Bureau. The Better Business Bureau is partnering with the Cape Cod Baseball League this year to help you find a trusted business at bbb.org. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Well, wouldn't you know it, it looks like we finally have
The hat changed.
a new pitcher on the mound, and it is not John West, but it is Patrick Copen.
Yeah, as I mentioned the last inning, I think West was just throwing a bullpen in between innings. Nothing's confirmed with who's coming in next until you actually see them make the trot from the bullpen or the arm barn, however you prefer it.
So we're going to get you the final line on Brian Fitzpatrick. He goes 5 innings of the shutout variety, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks. So nothing but good stuff out of the Rutgers Scarlet Knight as he bewitched the Harbor Hawks bats through 5 innings.
Well, say hello now to Patrick Copen, pride of the Marshall Thundering Herd. He is anybody? It's a we are. And
he is.
Yeah, Patrick at Marshall this past season. Swing 3-3, 5.83 ERA. 11 games started for Marshall, so not quite used to coming out of the bullpen. 63 and a third, within those 63 and a third, striking out 65. Here for Brewster, he's already made 2 appearances. He is 1 save to his name in 4 innings pitched. He's allowed 3 earned runs, has walked 4 in 4 innings, and struck out 4. His whip is 2.25 so far through those 4 innings for Brewster.
Well,
and he also wears a size 16 shoe.
Wow.
Thank you.
That last pitch, he just sailed to the backstop over the head of the catcher, Byrne.
Yeah. The control is something to be a little scared of. The 3 wild pitches at Marshall this past spring, 35 walks to his 40, what was it? Hold on.
63 and a third.
65 strikeouts, 35 walks, and 63 and a third.
6'6" with long flowing dark brown hair.
The minimum requirement to be a Whitecap is 6'2".
Yep.
So. 6'6", 215.
He's going to have to deal with the top of the order for Hyannis. So if you're the Harbor Hawks, this is exactly who you want.
Righty to righty, first pitch. Swing and a miss by Flores, who is now 0 for 2 with a ground out and a walk.
Copen to righties, throws a fastball 65% of the time. That fastball sits 91 to 95. Also throws a curve at 78 to 82 and a changeup at 85 to 89.
Like you did mention, though, a 6.75 ERA in his 4 innings pitched thus far on the Cape. The 0-1 to Tito, and he takes low for strike 2, I guess.
Well, the thing about ERAs on Cape Cod is they are not useful until at least
they are not.
July 20th. And even then, you can't really get a good read on how good a guy's been because one 4-run inning combined with 5 shutout innings, and it looks like the guy has had a bad season.
The 0-2, Copen deals, and Tito fouls it off the mask of the catcher Byrne. We stay 0-2. Well, I can tell you this much. If your ERA is 0, no matter how many games you play, whether it be 5, 10, 15, or 155, it's good.
Yeah.
What about 162?
That'd be great.
I don't know if you're going to be pitching 155 or 162, but yeah, 0 ERA is pretty good.
The 0-2, and it gets away from the catcher Byrne.
Yeah, we're seeing the control here. We saw it in the warm-ups, and that pitch missed wildly. Not one that you're going to... I mean, I'm a fan of throwing a breaking ball in the dirt on 0-2 or a fastball high to try to get somebody to chase, but that one's just a bit too out of the zone to really entice anybody.
Bounced that at about 58 feet.
Tito looking to start a rally to help push a run across for the Hawks in a scoreless top of the 6th, the 2-2. He fouls it again off the, looks like again off the mask of the catcher Byrne. We stay 1-2. Will be Flores, Hyannis, and Shanuel. Let me tell you, Justin Hyannis made a fine defensive play on a diving stop to end the inning in the bottom of the 5th.
See, Burns got the earpiece in his right ear. I didn't know that existed on the Cape. That is news to me.
Is that pitch gum?
Wow.
The 1-2 pitch, and Tito hits it on the screws to third. Fielding and firing is DeMartini. Nice scoop there over at first by Harbor. 1 down. Are we seeing pitch com on the Cape?
That's the first time that I've seen it in this game. I think I would have noticed it earlier, so they may be doing it specifically with Copen in the game. It has been there. Per our director of broadcast, Harrison Myers, it's been in Burns' right ear the entire game, and it's the first time he's noticed it, first time I've noticed it all year.
Of course, Harrison's been on the Cape for a long time, so if he's noticing something for the first time, it's pretty notable. The batter, Justin Hyannis, 1 for 2 with a single, and he hits a high fly ball down the left field line, hooking. And somebody in the Brewster bullpen tried to go up and reach for it with a rake. No success.
Even with the 6-foot rake, they're still about 3 feet short.
The 0-1 to Hyannis, righty to lefty. Copen deals, and Hyannis takes low 1-1.
The guy holding the rake up was 7'3", too. Right. I mean, it just says a lot.
Yeah. This team is just
They are
massive.
tall.
Yeah.
Of course, Copen wearing the bright green thundering herd cap, the 1-1, and hit on the ground to first, and easily taking it to the bag as Harbor. He flips to Copen for the outscore at 3-1, and that's out number 2. So more of what we've been accustomed to so far for the Hawks. Not a lot of strikeouts, a lot of weak grounders.
Here's what's interesting about Brewster's field at Stony Brook. Again, no lights, so the sun goes down here. You got to call it at some point, but we're still well away from that. They also just stopped building the fence in left and right field at some point. So the bullpens have no fence. You're just expose the outside world. So a ball goes there. It's a ground rule double.
First pitch to Nolan Shanuel. Fastball called strike count 0-1. Shanuel line out and a ground out. He is 0 for 2. Of course, 2 hits in the entire game. Those belong to Justin Hyannis, Cole McConnell, respectively, for the Hawks. The 0-1. Low gets away. Now, you only wish that there were some guys on for these wild pitches.
Yeah, when he misses, he misses. But when he's on, as we saw in the Tito Flores at bat, he's pretty solid. I mean, it's just a little bit of finding that fastball, not overthrowing the breaking ball, and I think that's what Copen's here to do this summer, to work on that specifically.
It almost feels like Copen is the closest thing you'll see to a 3 true outcome pitcher. He's either going to strike you out, walk you, or give up a home run.
Yeah.
The 1-1, and Shanuel a high fly ball, right field, drifting now back in and making the catch is the center fielder Lasco to retire the side. So Patrick Copen comes in and goes 1-2-3 through the top of the Hawks order through 5.5 innings of play. Scoreless from Brewster on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Enzuoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Bottom of the sixth inning now from Brewster, and it looks like we do have a new Harbor Hawk pitcher, and it is Ethan Hammerberg out of Ohio State taking the bump.
The Hammer, as they call him, at Ohio State in Columbus. Got a solid fastball. We've seen a little bit of him, and his parents are in town, Zach.
Yes, they are. I actually talked to him a little bit during the game, so thanks to the Hammerbergs for coming out. And they did tell us last night how much they love the broadcast, so we appreciate it.
Ethan Hammerberg at Ohio State in the spring had a 4.54 ERA, 35 2/3 innings pitched. Across that, he allowed 32 hits, 18 earned runs, struck out 49 though. So a big strikeout pitcher is Hammerberg, only walked 9. Solid control, and over the course of his time on the Cape, 3 innings, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit, no earned run.
Yeah,
we
he's
can
been
also
great
confirm
out of the bullpen for the Harbor Hawks, and they've used him in a late innings role in a high leverage spot, whether it's the 8th inning or later. They like Hammerberg to preserve the lead or keep the game tied. He's going to be a big spot pitcher for the whole summer here down on Cape Cod.
We can also confirm, my apologies for not noticing it, that Cameron Leary has replaced Logan Bravo in left field for the Whitecaps. So Leary out of Boston College and Bethpage High School in New York.
Is that where that famous
golf course is? Yes, out on Long Island. Yes.
There we go. Me and my geography coming
Nicely
in.
done.
So, final line on Volker.
Dean College coming to work right
2
there.
innings and they were good. 2 no-hit innings, only
Nothing
base
like that
runner,
education.
a walk, and 2 strikeouts for Volk. But now Ethan Hammerberg will have to go through the heart of the Brewster lineup, and they will have to start with Brennan Malone, who has reached twice on a walk and a hit by pitch.
This is why they're using Hammerberg in this spot. They have the 3-4-5 due up, and you want one of your best arms to go after these guys here in the middle of the ball game rather than wait to the 7th or 8th to use them. But he's also a guy who can go multiple innings.
Hammerberg, first pitch low for ball 1. So, talk about taking a tour through the Big Ten East. We've already seen Ohio State, Michigan State, and now Michigan represented on this Harbor Hawk roster. The 1-0 pitch called a strike, 1-1. Of course, also from the Big Ten, Rutgers. We've seen 2 Scarlet Knights for
Illinois
as well. Of course, Ty Langenberg, Iowa, Northwestern last night. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball there from Hammerberg, and the count now 1-2.
I was referencing Bria, our own Bria Losick from Northwestern,
We
another
did have
Big
a
Ten
Northwestern
edition.
last night.
A lot of Big Ten going on today.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hammerberg deals, and that just misses low to Malone. Count 2-2.
You get that pitch if it's a little more over the plate. That's probably the height you're looking for, too, because with this zone today, below the knee is okay, just a bit outside.
Hammerberg, the 2-2, righty to righty. Steps, fires, and deals, and it's a breaking ball, just missed. A little bit low.
Great
3-2.
frame by Campbell.
Yeah, that was big. He pulled that one up just a bit, and I thought for a second, saw the umpire's left shoulder hitch for a half second, thought we might get the call.
Credit to these Whitecaps, they're working counts. The payoff pitch, the 3-2 and a high pop. Foul. We stay full as a call of heads. They have a playground right behind the batter's eye, and there's a net on top of the playground.
I wonder what the story is behind that net, Zach Berman.
I feel like it's a good investment.
I'd say so.
Yes.
3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Hammerberg to the number 3 hitter Malone. He deals, and did that hit him as well?
Yeah.
That did hit him.
Right on the elbow pad.
So Hammerberg hits the leadoff man Malone. Malone has now been hit twice in this game.
He might get the day off tomorrow.
not coming close to the record that Harwich set against YD. 7 hit batsmen over the weekend in one game.
The wind has really picked up now, blowing out to left.
I mean, if you get a ball that jumps in that jet stream towards left center, it might just carry out of here.
So Grayson Tatro now at the plate. It's a righty Hammerberg, a lefty Tatro. And Malone, a big lead off of first. Now first pitch fouled away, and I got good news for you if you are a Harbor Hawks fan.
Whoa.
The YD Red Sox put up a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4th and are heading to the 5th at Red Wilson Field, taking the lead over the Bourne Braves.
YD has put together a couple of big innings this year. It's a
Feels like
offense.
the teams that were really good early on are okay now. The teams that were really bad early on are good now.
Picked it up, yeah.
The 0-1 fouled away, and Katuit is still Katuit.
Everything flipped, exactly, except for Katuit. Brewster started the year fine, and then they've now evened out to 4-4. Your Harbor Hawks have yet to find any consistency.
Yeah. I mean, that's
3-4
no other
one.
way you can say it. I mean, you get a couple of bright spots in the next game. They have dropped by a couple of runs, so we'll see if they can start to put some momentum together with a win here.
The 0-2 breaking ball just misses inside. Count now 1-2. Runner off of first Malone. He was hit.
Yeah, the Harbor Hawks have not been consistently great. They have not been consistently bad. That has played well to them. They're right now in the range for being the second-place team in the West.
Not bad
They
at
got to
all.
figure out how to scratch across a run tonight. The 1-2 pitch almost gets Tatro on the foot. 2-2. Now, a tie would put the Harbor Hawks where tonight? 8 points?
Oh, yeah.
3
There's
times 2 plus
a lot of math going on there.
2 points
That's-
for a win,
that's beyond my
1
pay
point
grade.
for a tie, so they're currently at 7 points. A
2
tie
balls,
would
2
put 'em at 8.
strikes. And here's the 2-2, and that's hit a high fly ball center field. McConnell back. And is that out? That is? No, it's a ground rule double. It's a ground rule double. Meanwhile, rounding third and coming home, he can't come home. So Tatro he hits a ground rule double. Malone has to scamper back to third, but Ethan Hammerberg is now in trouble.
Wow, you don't see too many of those. That one bounced up over the wall, ground rule double, true ground rule double, at a field that plays to a lot of ground rule doubles because they open bullpens in left and right.
And those outfield walls not very high either.
Well,
I couldn't tell because
No.
where the ball landed, it was one of those few areas on the fence where it is not screened in, so you can't really see. You could only see the ball on the other side of the fence, and I couldn't necessarily tell where because McConnell seemed to lose the ball.
Yeah, well, he put his hands up signifying that it was what had gone over the fence, and then when the second base umpire put up a 2, that was when I could tell it was a double. McConnell was tracking, it was just hit too far over his head.
First pitch, line to second base, and right at the second baseman, Mitch Jebb. That is a big out, number 1, as Parks Harbor hit it right on the screws. A little bit to the right or a little bit to the left. It's a 2-0 game, but alas, 1 down.
DeMartini comes to the plate now, and DeMartini is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Has struggled for the left-handed batter's box.
So
today.
now a meeting on the mound, and how do you necessarily attack DeMartini? You have the open base.
Well, DeMartini with 2 strikeouts today, you go right at him. He has yet to log a hit on Cape Cod. So you pump fastballs and try to really test the bat of DeMartini, and then past DeMartini, you get burned.
That's exactly it, Drake. Hammerberg has a good fastball. He has a good secondary pitch with his slider, too. So I think you just start there. Start with the fastball.
Yeah.
You have a good defense behind you. And, yes, it's second and third with 1 out, but you just got to go at the guy in front of you.
Go after DeMartini,
Go
and then, again,
yes.
Byrne coming behind him is batting .333, which is, doesn't have that many at-bats, so it doesn't tell you too much. But even if Byrne takes that spot at the open first base, you face Leary, who's batting .143, and then past him is Black, who's batting .063.
That's
and
a tough
Leary, he'll be his first at-bat of the game, so he hasn't really had a chance to warm up to the pitching yet.
It is a tough break for Harbor, who is sitting fastball all the way, gets the fastball, hits it about as well as you possibly can, except it was unfortunately for him and fortunately for the Hawks and Mitch Jebb, it right at him.
There's a big at-bat.
So second and third, 1 out. Of course, a double play in the infield not in effect. Let's see how Hammerberg faces DeMartini. The first pitch is a breaking ball, called ball 1. And it's a 1-0 count. DeMartini.
Surprised that even after the mound visit, they go off-speed pitch, breaking ball there, the first pitch for Hammerberg. Would have thought Campbell would have given him a fastball.
Well, let's see what Hammerberg can uncork here on the 1-0. Here's a delivery, and there's a fastball, just misses. Good pitch by Hammerberg, doesn't get anything out of it, and now you have to throw a strike here on 2-0.
Yeah.
Got to come in the zone. I mean, we know first base is open, but obviously we talked about it. Curtis Byrne on decks had a good season. Would like to go after DeMartini first.
2-0. Hammerberg against the lefty DeMartini. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball, called a strike. Good pitch by Ethan Hammerberg.
That's big time, that pitch.
Yeah.
To throw that on 2-0 and steal a strike is huge.
I think DeMartini was red light all the way right there on 2-0, and to put the breaking ball there, oh, that was a beauty.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 on in a scoreless tie for the moment. But a high leverage at bat and then some as Carson DeMartini digs in the 2-1. Ethan Hammerberg delivers, breaking ball outside 3-1. So now you do have the base open, and it would also set up the double play, but
DeMartini,
you don't want to make the mistake.
Yeah, fastball, he's a guy that on a 3-ball count, if there's a fastball in the zone, he swings 96% of the time.
Here comes a 3-1. Hammerberg deals strike at the knees on the fastball, 3-2.
There's the 4%.
Yep, that ratio is going down. 3-2, he swings 96% of the time. It's a 3-ball count.
Oh, boy. Off of third is Malone. Off of second, Tatro. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch to the number 6 hitter, Carson DeMartini. Hammerberg delivers, and it's popped foul.
That's a really good spot to
go
on.
Good spot.
3-2.
Inside, in on the hands, and DeMartini fends it off, not by much. Quick score update for you as well. One of the reigning players of the week on the Cape, Travis Honeyman. A leadoff home run in the bottom of the first. Orleans, a 1-0 lead over Harwich in the top of the second. Once again, the 3-2. Hammerberg sets and delivers a pitch. Swing and a miss. He goes breaking ball, and DeMartini strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. And now Curtis Byrne is the last chance here in the bottom of the 6th to bring home one of the 2 guys on base in teal.
I mean, it's early in the season, right? But with 2 on, 2 out here, first base, there's nobody there. Byrne has been solid. I may make the decision to just trot him down to first base and deal instead with Leary.
Right. I mean, with Leary coming up in the on-deck circle, batting 143 and yet to take an at-bat this game,
yeah,
that could be something that plays a factor, and it's hard to get off the bench.
First pitch, and that's fouled away so quickly.
Hard to get off the bench and fire off a, fend
Byrne
off a
ahead of the count.
95-mile-an-hour fastball.
No kidding.
Byrne is behind in the count here. 0-1, 2 outs off of third, Malone. Off of second, Tatro. Malone reaching on a hit by pitch. Tatro on a ground rule double. Here comes the 0-1. Hammerberg, righty to righty. Sets and deals the pitch. Breaking ball low and away, 1-1. Now, if Hammerberg works some magic and gets out of the frame, how big is that the ball went over the fence on Tatro's double?
Yeah, I mean, that saved a run.
Because Malone was almost halfway home when he was motioned back. The 1-1 pitch up high, 2-1.
I don't know if he would have been that far. It was because he didn't recognize they had called it a double, but he was definitely on his way to third.
Yeah.
And by the time McConnell hit the cut, it would have been
close play.
It would have been close, but I think he would have been safe.
I think so.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. You don't want to go behind in the count too much here. But you can also afford to put a guy on with runners on second and third. The pitch, swinging a weak chopper foul. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ethan Hammerberg 1 strike away from working out of this frame in this jam.
I think we see the breaking pitch here on 2-2. It's that slider type of pitch that Hammerberg throws. He likes to start it over the plate to right-handed hitters and have it tail off at the left-handed batter's box. We'll see if he goes to it here.
Just don't miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, scoreless tie, bottom of the 6th. Ethan Hammerberg, the 2-2 pitch, gets his signs, his sets, delivers the pitch. Here, there's your breaking ball, and Byrne wisely didn't bite.
I like that on a 2-2.
Yeah, it's a good pitch. I mean, especially with first base open, you can afford to throw that one a bit out of the zone and try to get a swing and a miss on it. Now, 3-2, 2 away, you got to give him your best.
Well, let's see what Hammerberg delivers here off of third Malone, off of second Tatro. 3-2, 2 outs, bottom of the sixth in a scoreless tie. Hammerberg sets and deals the pitch, and it's up high, ball 4. He walks him.
That is just fine. That is just fine. You move from Curtis Byrne, who's been decently hot, and now you get a pinch hitter who is, again, coming in cold to this game, Leary, who's got to deal with a 92 to 94 mile an hour fastball. And as I say that, he won't have to deal with it as Coach Eric Beatty comes out to the mound.
You do have to credit the catcher Byrne for not biting on the same bait that DeMartini did in the at-bat before he threw that same breaking ball as Hammerberg exits. So both, or should I say all three runners on the bases are his responsibility. We'll see who is coming in, and we'll get you a name and a number in a second.
Whatever you need in order to read the numbers, and here we go.
As
Well,
they're
doing
playing
the 50-50 raffle here at
All right, we got a name, we got a number.
Number 826
is 28. We do not have a 28 listed for the time being.
Well, that is Rosario. He's new to the team. I believe he just got in yesterday or later, maybe this morning, but he's brand new.
Right. Rosario is pretty fresh coming in for the Harbor Hawks, and what a situation to come into now with bases loaded, 2 down here in the bottom of the sixth.
No pressure whatsoever.
Rosario's got to dedeal with Leary. Leary's got to deal with Rosario. Both of these guys coming in cold.
So Alejandro Rosario from Miami, the young right-hander.
Got in on Saturday because that's the same day that Dominic Patelli, who went and picked him up at the airport, got to the game about 30 minutes before, didn't take BP, and
I remember that.
hit a home run.
So it was Rosario he was picking up.
Yep.
So it is Rosario against Leary.
So it's quite the
Cam
spot to make
Leary.
a Cape Cod debut.
There is only one listed batter in this Whitecap lineup that stands under 6 foot, and that's the 5'8" Fritz Genther, who's not in the lineup tonight. Meanwhile, the pitching staff, only one pitcher in this rotation, Henry Leak, who stands just a little bit under 6 foot at 5'11". Everybody else in this roster is over 6 feet.
So let's tell you a little bit about Alejandro Rosario, who just entered the game in the 2022 season at Miami. Was 2-3 with a 7.05 earned run average. He went and threw 125 or 60 innings pitched this year. He has 125 and 2/3 under his belt in his career. 83 hits, 47 runs, 25 walks under his line, and 52 strikeouts. See what he can do here. He's young. He's got a good fastball, and
we have a new pitcher on the mound.
His Miami teammate Don Patelli's over at shortstop.
28 from Miami. Alejandro
Look at Rosario splits. His fastball runs up to 99 miles an hour.
Oh, no big deal.
That is why he is here this summer. He's got electric stuff on the velocity, and see if he can get out of this jam.
Yeah, breaking ball 80 to 84, especially coming out of the bullpen. Expect Rosario to sit in the 95 to 98, 94 to 96, somewhere around. We haven't seen him on Cape. And these guys, some of these guys come up energized, throwing juice. Others take 2 or 3 miles an hour off of it.
Yeah.
We'll see what he delivers to Cameron Leary.
So let's talk Cam Leary for a second. He batted .237 this past year at BC, so he's got bases loaded, 2 outs.
Attack the outside part of the zone here. Big-time pull hitter.
First pitch to Leary, low. Nice block there by the catcher. Campbell might have saved a run as well. Count 1-0. So
could benefit Rosario. Take a bit off the fastball, find the zone here, because you're in a spot where you can't afford to overthrow. Not only you can't afford a pass ball, but you can't afford to walk in a run.
Leary 2 for 14 on the season here in Brewster. 142, no homers, no RBIs to this point, but he's in a spot to pick one up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. On a low pitch in the zone, 1-1.
Leary really struggles with the outside pitches as well. 194 batting average. High fastballs. You mix the fastball and the changeup on the outer half, you're in business against Leary.
Scoreless, bottom of the sixth. You have Malone off of third on the hit by pitch. Tatro off of second on the double. Byrne off of first on the walk. Rosario, righty to lefty. The 1-1. Breaking ball outside, 2-1.
Boy, you could cut The tension with a knife right now is palpable.
My heart is racing, I got to tell you.
2-1, scoreless game. Don't want to give something up here for your Rosario, obviously, but coming out of the pen for your first action on the Cape.
2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. Righty to lefty, Rosario sets and deals the pitch, low 3-1, and now you have to throw a strike.
Oh.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, no score. 1 more out of the zone, and the Whitecaps would break that scoreless tie. Let's see where Rosario goes on the 3-1 pitch. Alejandro sets and deals, and he spikes it. Looks like he actually got Leary on the foot, so the shutout is broken. Whatever they call it, if it's a hit by pitch or a walk, either way it scores a run. So it's an RBI for Leary, and the Whitecaps in the bottom of the 6th take a 1-0 lead.
Now batting, the second baseman from Monmouth.
So that brings up Dixon Black.
Hammerberg coming out of the game there, the big righty. You go from hard-throwing righty to hard-throwing righty. I wonder the decision with the splits there to attack Leary, what that was exactly.
Well, it's just, I don't know. You put a guy in a really tough spot, Rosario, as that pitch misses for a ball. He's making his debut, right?
Definitely, the adrenaline's through the roof.
You put him in a bases-loaded spot where he can't miss, and he's a guy at Miami who really struggled with his control at times. I know his velocity's good, and he's probably going to be an electric arm, but really a curious spot to start him out in.
1-0, there's a called strike, 1-1. If you get out of this only giving up a run.
See, still, I don't know if that's a win.
It's not a win, but
2 outs.
It's by far not the worst case scenario.
2 outs, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Hammer was a pitch away.
He was a pitch away. The 1-1. Rosario gets a swing and a miss, so now Dixon Black down 1-2 in the count. So Malone, who was hit by the pitch, comes around to score. I still have not seen how they ruled that last play.
Hit by pitch.
So it was a hit by pitch. Either way, a walk hit by pitch, it does score the run. So the second hit by pitch of the inning winds up bringing home the guy that was the recipient of the first hit by pitch of the inning. So Dixon Black now down 1-2 in the count. Rosario sets and deals the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nice block by Campbell.
That's big time there. Saves another run. And again, it's Rosario is going to need some time to really find his form. As I mentioned it in Miami, the numbers were a little bit all over the place at times, but the velocity is really good. It's just right now you're seeing it. He doesn't have the control yet.
That's why you come to the Cape. You'll learn that control.
You do, just not in this spot.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 already in. Rosario, righty to Black, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, there's your heat that Alejandro Rosario can bring. He does hit a batter with the bases loaded. That brings in the first run of the game. So it is 1-0 Whitecaps after 6, and we're going to send it now to Bria Losick.
Thanks, Zach. If there's one thing we know about this Harbor Hawks team, is that they can battle at the plate. We've seen a lot of long at-bats, from a 12-pitch at-bat by Mitch Jebb last night to
see what it can do for you. Team up with Leighton Real.
Every single time that Riku Nishido comes to the plate. You may be wondering, what's the longest at-bat in baseball history? Well, that was by Brandon Belt of the San Francisco Giants on April 22nd, 2018 versus the Angels. Belt battled for 21 pitches, eventually flying out. Another fun fact, Belt played in the Cape League before his MLB career for the Harwich Mariners, who the Harbor Hawks just happened to split a doubleheader with yesterday. Back to you in the booth.
I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Enzwoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Here we are, top of the 7th, and after 5.5 scoreless frames aside, Brewster finally takes a 1-0 lead, but any more damage averted as we go to the top of the 7th, and it is the Marshall man, Patrick Copen, in his second inning of work.
Yeah, he was great in his first inning of work. 1, 2, 3, set him down. Didn't record any strikeouts, but it was a ground out to third, a ground out to first, and a fly out to center. So some contact made, but we'll see if Jacob Campbell can get the ball rolling and get that run back.
Campbell, one of the few Harbor Hawks that's reached base tonight, reached on a hit by pitch, did not score. So you have Campbell, McConnell, Juice Rabbit, or Mini Fridge, as we have now been told.
Yeah, that's quite the nickname.
You're in the top of the 7th inning of a 1-0 game, so still very much in reach despite giving up the run. Righty to righty. Copen, first pitch, and it's hit on a line up the middle and through for a base hit. The third hit of the game for the Hawks could be a very important one as Jacob Campbell laces one right up the gut for a leadoff single.
Jacob Campbell, that guy has been so consistent this season for the Harbor Hawks, and now he's seeing his batting average on the year at .333, which is tied with Tito Flores for tops on the team.
Well, we did mention we thought that Riku Nishida would be the first guy off the bench, and there he is in the on-deck circle. So Rocco Pepe's night is over. Riku Nishida's night just beginning, but right now Cole McConnell is the man to focus on. He's at the plate. First pitch to McConnell. Fastball strike, about chest high, count 0-1.
You know, you still got, I don't want to say plenty of sunlight left, but a pretty good portion. But with no lights here, you are chasing the sun. You need to score as fast as possible.
It probably got until 7:45. It's hard with the trees, too, because the field's surrounded by trees.
McConnell, a big hack there. Swing and a miss, count 0-2. So at the very least, with Riku due up, you have a chance, and this is what you would love if McConnell can figure out a way to get on base. That's a bunt situation if I've ever seen one.
Especially, even a single where you send Campbell around to third base. Not the fastest guy, but he's stolen a couple bases.
The 0-2, McConnell takes strike 3 looking. And that's the first out of the inning. So here comes Riku Nishida. And I got to tell you, it's a Hawks game to this point without Riku's antics. Almost feels like peanut butter without jelly. What are you supposed to do?
Put bananas on it.
It's a weird. I feel like peanut butter jelly and banana. It's a weird.
No, not jelly. You said without jelly. Peanut butter banana.
Okay. Actually, yes. That's a
Elvis Presley classic.
Yes. Yeah, the Elvis movie's coming out on Friday.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Rocco Pepe was the banana in this scenario, and now the jelly is back.
So Riku Nishida at a Mount Hood Community College. We say he doesn't strike out, but that changed yesterday as he struck out twice.
Doubled his season total.
Now 4 strikeouts. Stands at 5-6. First pitch to Riku, and he is showing bunt. Let's see if he pulled back in time. They say he did, 1-0. So the runner off of first, at the very least, the minimum you expect is Campbell to get moved over.
Yes.
You'd like Riku to reach safely as well.
Riku takes low, 2-0. So now Riku is in the driver's seat here, and he's, of course, so good with plate discipline.
Yeah, I think if I'm Riku, I'm taking the next pitch.
Yeah.
Seeing what you can get. No need to drop a bunt on 2-0, right? And no need to chase a pitch out of the zone, which he obviously doesn't do.
I think that's Riku's MO with most pitches that aren't on 2-strike counts is take.
2-0, the pitch to Nishida.
Yep.
He takes again, 3-0, so...
I'll tell you this. I don't know where that they're going to have to put a pitch here for Copen that will be a called strike. Both of those are close, but just missed.
You ever want to be in a situation where you're 100%, it's going to be a red light?
Yeah.
It's right
I'd
here.
say right here. 3-0 to Riku, and he takes low. Called a strike. Count 3-1. So Pancho Ruiz in the on-deck circle, and normally I'd say you get 2 guys on here, you'd bunt, not with Pancho coming up.
No, you definitely don't bunt with Pancho. Great place for him to come in and hopefully get a hit, but you got to start with Nishida trying to get on here.
Let's see if Riku can reach. The 3-1 to Nishida. Copen deals, and it's up high, ball 4. Nishida comes in off the bench, works a 1-out walk. And you say that Campbell's speed is pretty good for a catcher. Would that be right?
That is correct. Also, Riku Nishida now 6 walks on the season. That is the best on the team. A couple of guys tied with 3, but he doubles the number 2 spot.
Do you call for a potential double steal here?
No.
No? No.
Jacob Campbell's not. He's good, fast for a catcher, but he's not stealing third base.
Not
Correct.
third base, no.
So now first and second, 1 out, and Mr. Light Tower Power, Pancho Ruiz, a chance to tie the game or put the Hawks in front against Patrick Copen. First pitch, Pancho was looking for a 3-run homer. He gets only a strike 1.
Dominic Patelli will follow up Pancho Ruiz.
Well, the worst-case scenario here is a double play. So
Yep.
at the very least,
Yes,
you'd like
it
to
is.
see Patelli
Thank
reach.
you, Zach.
We got that out of the way. The opposite, the reverse jinx.
The 0-1 checks off a second. Now Copen out of the stretch deals, and it's hit on the ground. This is to second. There's 1 on to first. And
No, not 1 at second. He was safe at second.
He was
base.
safe at second. What do we have here?
You have a safe at second.
Safe
out
at
first.
second, so more or less a bunt.
How many times have you seen, very
Wow.
few have I seen on a baseball field, a guy called safe at second, but the throw to first is still in time?
Not sure what happened there. Did he take his foot off the bag?
No,
or maybe he
Riku
was
just beat it. Riku just
Ri-
beat him to second base. The ball
Of
was
course
hit
he
too
did.
slow
Of course he
for
did.
him to turn and make the play. So that's your classic, what, 4-6-3?
4-6-3 out to first,
I mean,
and just
that's all
Riku.
it really
That's
is.
Riku being Riku, is it not?
Well, 2 outs here for Patelli. This is
Well, this is big.
hit scores 2. A hit scores 2.
First pitch to Dom. Takes low. Good take by Patelli on a pitch that I thought could have been called a strike.
Probably should have been, yeah.
Count 1-0. 1-0. Brewster, top of the 7th. The Hawks have 2 on. Second and third, 2 outs. The 1-0 to Patelli, the pitch. Dom swings and misses, count 1-1. So off of third is Campbell. Off of second, Nishida. I can't believe he beat that out. That's just ridiculous.
Great spot to just put a ball in play right here. Can't afford to strike out.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs as the sun begins to set in Brewster. The pitch. Patelli fouls it away, and now you have to get defensive. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
What I'd like to see is a confidence that Brewster has in this young right-hander, Copen. They didn't even come out and have a mound visit with him, and that's reassuring for a pitcher. It gives you confidence that they believe you can work yourself out of a jam.
A 1-2 pitch. And Patelli spoils a good one, fouling it back. We saw a high-leverage spot in the bottom of the 6th, and now another one in the top of the 7th. A hit likely scores 2. The 1-2, righty to lefty, Copen. Sets and deals, here comes the pitch. And Patelli fouls it away. So Dom Patelli putting together a nice at-bat, staying alive. But let me tell you, if he gets on base and brings these 2 guys home, that dugout is going to explode.
Yeah, that was a very defensive swing there, too. You can see well behind on the ball.
I think he's looking to take a pitch to left field, not try to do too much with it, just get something over at the third baseman's head maybe.
Yeah.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Copen. Here comes the delivery in the pitch. And it's called strike 3. Patelli not happy about it as he walks off, and immediately Beatty coming back towards the dugout says a couple friendly phrases towards the home plate blue, Kevin Coffey, but at the end of it, the Hawks again falter with runners in scoring position. Second and third, 1 out. They don't bring either of them home as Patelli strikes out. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on after 6.5. Time to stretch him, Brewster. 1-0 Whitecaps.
I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Enzwoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Tough end to the top of the 7th, and now we shift to the bottom of the frame. And Alejandro
2 defensive changes
has to continue to try and build off the momentum he got with that strikeout at the end of the frame as Alejandro Rosario comes out for his second inning of work. Riku Nishida now shifts to second.
Mitch Jebb goes from second to third, so that
leaves Patelli at short.
Yep, well, Nishida hit for Rocco Pepe, who was the starting third baseman, so not too much changes. This Riku going in there, and Jebb and him doing the flip.
Yep.
I mean, more Riku in the field is never a bad thing.
No, we saw Jebb make a really clutch play with 2 in scoring position, too, and Hammerberg was out on the bump.
Yeah, Jebb is a really good glove, too. Whether it's at second or at third, we saw him at third in both games of the doubleheader yesterday in Harwich.
So now 1, 2, and 3 due up for the Whitecaps. First pitch, a breaking ball to Lasco, who's 0 for 3, takes strike 1. So, I mean, this infield defense now is absolutely loaded from a defensive standpoint. The 0-1. Rosario deals swing and a miss, and that is why he is up on the Cape. That breaking ball is gross, and there's the 0-2.
I'd like to know what Lasco saw on that one.
So now you have Jebb at third, Patelli at short, Nishida at second, and Hyannis at first. The 0-2 pitch, and it's taken just low for ball 1. That is, if not one of the, it might be the best defensive infield on the Cape. You can certainly make a claim for it.
Well, they had no errors through 14 innings yesterday.
And 1-2 and a high fly ball. Right field.
No
Hyannis will
today.
watch it go. Foul.
20 consecutive innings without an error.
The pitching's not a problem.
Pitching
Fielding is not a problem.
It's just the bats.
The bats have not come together yet.
Every team has had an offensive night where they've scored 8 runs or so, and the Hawks are just still searching for theirs.
Yep.
The 1-2 pitch. Rosario deals. And it's taken up high 2-2.
These are some of the most elite collegiate hitters in the country. And granted, every team has that. But you look up and down the Harbor Hawk lineup, some teams have a D2 guy, or some teams have a insert a player with a 225 batting average from the spring. The Harbor Hawks are loaded right now.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. So Rosario has struck out his second batter in a row as Lasco goes down on the low fastball. 1 down.
The issue certainly is not a lack of talent for this team.
You just think that once it clicks, it's all going to happen at once.
I thought we saw some signs of that yesterday with the 9 hits in the 7-inning game, but unfortunately, you ran into a really good starting pitcher today. But once you get in that situation with guys on base and 1 out, you really have to come through.
So Freeland comes up to the plate, takes a first pitch outside 1-0, and Freeland, of course, he has the double. Otherwise, he's 1 for 3.
Harbor Hawks have yet to embarrass a pitcher this season.
All right, every pitcher has looked pretty good against them.
Right.
1-0 outside 2-0. But you just have to think somewhere along the line, it's gonna that inning's gonna show up. There's no way it doesn't.
True.
2-0 popped foul, count 2-1.
At some point in time, I mean, last season, there were plenty of those down the line. In a total of, 36 games, there were at least a couple innings where the Harbor Hawks put up some crooked letters.
Numbers, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Or S's.
Well, Ryan Romano hit a grand slam in New Orleans, so.
Bingo.
2-1 pitch, and Rosario deals fouled back again, 2-2.
Which,
I really do
to
think
my point, if the Harbor Hawks hit a grand slam today,
that's a crooked
they'd
number.
be up 4-1.
Yeah. He said that the other day. Grand slam, you win a lot of games.
I really do think that the big inning is coming sooner rather than later. I just don't know if it's tonight. The 2-2 pitch, and Freeland takes low. I got to tell you, I like what Rosario has shown us.
Well, on that big inning note, they don't have a lot of time to do it tonight.
No, they don't.
It is tonight.
Sun is going.
As of now, it's only a 1-run game. The 3-2 pitch, and that's hit high in the air. Left center field, that's pretty deep.
Yeah.
McConnell back, and that ball is gone.
That's a
So
legit
just as
hitter.
I was saying, Alex Freeland takes one the other way to right center and out. It's 2-0 Whitecaps on the solo home run.
That is his third of the season, Alex Freeland.
Wow.
And the
Another Whitecaps
Harbor
home
Hawks
run,
have
another
3 as a
$50
team.
to the family pantry.
It shows you the type of hitter that you just ran into in Alex
Real
Freeland.
estate
It's a
construction.
buzzsaw.
Yep, he is good at baseball.
Yes, well said.
Yeah.
I mean, that was hit so well. It was a line drive out to right center. Not a high arcing blast, but
Off the bat, you knew off the bat.
Yeah.
you knew off
That
the bat it
jumped
was
on it.
trouble.
That jumped.
So now the batter is Brennan Malone. First pitch, swing and a miss. I got to tell
I
you,
wonder what pitch that is from Rosario, because it's the second batter.
Yeah.
Rosario's basically gone in the dirt and just a whiff and not even close.
They're going after it
Yeah.
without hesitation either. It might be I can't tell if it's a slider, a slurve, or a curveball. It's one of the 3. It's
one breaking ball. There, a lot of movement on that. A lot of velocity too. Strike two.
breaking
Yeah.
off the plate right to the left-handed
Look,
batter.
I know
think
he,
it's a slider.
I know
Yeah.
he gave up the home run. Something tells me Rosario is going to be a lot of fun to watch down the stretch. There's nobody with that much movement and velo that doesn't have like the best stuff in him. Look at that. Even on the 0-2, it misses, but not by much again. And again, I'm a little bit of a pitching nerd myself, so
Call yourself a pitching ninja?
maybe is the 1-2. There's the low fast breaker again. I don't have a name for it yet. I'd love to figure out what it is.
I do believe it's a slider.
I believe so too.
The
After
way-
seeing it a couple more times with the speed on it.
It cuts so fast. The speed, the velo's there, and the cut is so quick. I don't think it's a curveball.
No, yeah.
The
Could be a
1-2
cutter.
pitch righty to righty to Malone.
I think it drops off the table a little
Right.
bit too much.
And the delivery, and that's line to third and right at Mitch Jebb.
What's that a can of, Zach Berman?
It's a can of corn. Well, you're expecting a different answer?
No, can of corn.
Now batting.
2 out. So that's the first time Malone's been retired today. He has
Number 43,
walked and been hit by 2 separate pitches.
Pedro.
Think he'll get maybe a couple ice packs after that one.
So looking at the last couple of Brewster home games to see how long we may have for light. They played a game here on June 17th, and they played till 7:58 p.m.
First pitch taken low by Tatro. I mean, it is the summer solstice.
The
so-
game on the 18th, or the 19th rather, went to 7:38. So between, yeah, that was a quick one. Only 2-1 the score. So we may have until 8 o'clock.
1-0. That's taken low 2-0. Once again, like I said, it is the summer solstice. The sun is supposed to set here, according to the Weather Channel, 8:18 p.m.
Well, the problem is the trees here because the
Right.
sun's already behind the trees,
Right.
and you're seeing shade on 60% of the field, if not more.
2-0 pitch. That's hit on the ground. Nishida slides, gets up to his feet, and Riku, being Riku, makes the play. What a play by Nishida. I mean, he is just so much fun to watch in the field. Anyway, a solo home run by Alex Freeland makes the lead 2-0 for Brewster after 7 innings of play. It's 2-0 Whitecaps. Let's go to the top of the 8th. Do the Hawks have a rally in their bones? You can only sit around and find out on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
Broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day.
Welcome back, top of the 8th inning, and here in between innings, Austin was able to catch me up on some of these weird rules with these ballparks that don't have lights. Austin, why don't you
Well, this
catch
is
us
more
up?
a rule, same thing like goes with fog, or even this is a high school rule, college rule. If the Harbor Hawks come up, top of the 8th, they score 3, then the game's called before we can finish the bottom of the 8th. It reverts back to the last full inning of play. That's how it does. That's how it goes. From college to high school, you gotta revert back to the last full inning of play in this situation.
Well, the Harbor Hawks do not have an easy task in front of them as Paul Gervais out of LSU steps onto the bump, stands 6'10". Holy smokes!
That's short for this roster.
Yeah, it's in fact the tallest person on the roster.
Oh, well, I swear some guy 7'3".
Yeah, Zach, you're spoiling my fun here.
I thought Yao Ming
Out of
was in the
Fouquet
bullpen.
Fouquet Varina, North Carolina. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but
we'll go with it.
He's transferred from Wake Tech Community College and then Pitt Community College in Winterville, North Carolina.
Leading off.
He started his career at Division III, Pfeiffer College.
In Meisenheimer? I don't know if I'm getting that right. If you're from that part of North Carolina, I didn't get it. I am sorry.
Boy.
Meisenheimer. I'm gonna go with Meisenheimer.
Niche.
First pitch to Mitch Jebb. He shows bunt, pulls back, ball one.
Hold on a second here, Mr. Berman. If you go back to that bio you were on right there, I'm seeing he started his career Pfeiffer University, then Wake Tech Community College, then he goes to Pitt Community College.
This is fourth stop.
Now he's at LSU.
Wow.
Your classic 4 for 4.
Once again, Jebb takes inside again 2-0.
Had that last
Jebb
night.
0 for 2 in the
Pretty
game.
good value.
With LSU, he pitched in 29 games at an ERA of 185. So when you're pitching in the SEC and have an
Holy
ERA
cow.
of 185, I'd say that's pretty good. The
Well,
2-0 low, 3-0.
There's a reason he's entrusted to protect his 2-run lead here in a big leverage situation. There's guys like this. We started last summer with Eric Adler, who led the Cape in saves and was the best reliever league-wide. They use you every night in a high-leverage spot.
So 3-0 to Jebb, and he takes a called strike of the knees for count 3-1. So if Jebb can reach here, then the tying run is on with a guy that has probably been the best batter on the team in Tito Flores.
Strike just below the knees there. A lot of fans don't love that one.
Nope.
3-1. It's taken low, ball 4.
Yeah, all right.
So now that I'm noticing, because we're right here, Tito has Michigan cleats on that have the block M in the Michigan blue on the outward side of the cleat. And then on the inward side of the cleat, it says Go Blue.
If you got them, use them. A lot of these guys have your
34, Tito.
Saturday hat, your Sunday hat, your Tuesday hat, your
So
Friday,
the tying
Saturday,
run
Sunday
is
jerseys.
on.
Yep.
And, speaking of cleats now, Justin Hyannis in the on-deck circle, he's got his Illinois cleats on.
BYOC here on the Cape League.
Yes. And bats.
First pitch to Tito, and he takes low, ball 1. So
Which would be?
Gervais yet to find the strike zone. And,
Yeah.
I mean, if there was any time for a crooked number, wouldn't it be right now in the top of the 8th of a 2-0 game that you would really, really, really like to win?
I would accept it.
The 1-0. Tito takes low, 2-0. So
Yeah, we've seen that call for a strike today, too.
We have.
So that's a tough one to lay
Well,
off, but
Ball 4 on Mitch Jebb has been
Yeah.
called a strike today.
Jebb can run well. As now there's a meeting on the mound.
Oh,
by
hey.
the daylight.
The sun's going down a little bit. Let's speed it up if we
Hey,
can
I brought
here.
the hoodie tonight. I didn't make that mistake.
No.
not worried about that.
Yeah, you can stay cold. That's fine. The sun on the field's going down a little bit. and
Worried
so,
about this game getting in here.
Hey,
let's see. Pitching coach comes out.
7:26 p.m. I don't think we have anything
Can
to
read
worry about
lips. He
yet.
says,
Well, you
got
never
it.
know. You never know.
Well, that was a quick visit. Credit to Brewster. I'm sure they are experts at the sun by now.
So the other
As
two-
is our Harrison Meyer.
The other two fields, of
Noted
course,
weather
on the
spotter.
Cape that don't have lights, those would be YD and Katuitt, I believe, if I'm getting that right.
I was told someone else got lights.
I was told that as well, and there is not lights here. unless
YD.
they're
I think
invisible.
YD got
Maybe
lights.
YD got lights. The 2-0, that pitch, a strike
See
that
ya.
was fouled back. Count 2-1. Score update. Katuitt a 4-3 lead over Wareham in the top of the 5th. That being off the Cape at Spillane Field.
All right, go Wareham in that one. You know what? Why not?
Of course, 2-0 in our game. The tying run at the plate, Tito Flores, who's been held hitless tonight. The 2-1 pitch, and Tito takes a called strike. Count 2-2.
Yeah, if Wareham wins, they're still not on Cape Cod. But
Right.
That'd be nice.
But
They
they've
do have a
broken up.
Chili's.
They do have that. They've broken up to
Again,
7-0.
the Chili's is just not a
Okay.
sign of like,
Whoa,
yay.
whoa,
Whoa, okay.
Hold it there, partner. Got a lot of Chili's truthers sitting around you tonight.
Yeah. I'm a Harbor Hawk truther, and I know they need to hit here.
The 2-0,
No.
It went from 2-0 to now 2-2 after the mound visit. So off of first is Jeb. Gervais checks back. Now the 2-2 to Tito. He takes low, 3-2.
I was worried.
Me too. I saw a little movement in the face mask there, and I thought for a
The
second,
ball is about 6 inches off the ground.
you need a sand wedge for that one.
Ooh.
This is a big pitch here. Tying run at the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner off of first, Mitch Jeb. He does have wheels should he choose to use them. Here's the 3-2 swing and a miss. So Tito Flores goes down hacking for the first out of the frame, and that brings up Justin Hyannis.
Well, you're still in an okay position with the leadoff man of the inning on first base, and for the 2 of your best hitters with Hyannis and Shanuel, your 2-3 guys to produce here for the Hawks and try to, here in this Hyannis at bat, at least get him in a scoring position.
Yeah, some of the best potential on the team here with Hyannis and Shanuel. Really like Hyannis in this spot specifically.
First pitch to Hyannis. He takes just outside ball 1. Gervais has not shown the best control. Of course, he had it on that 1-3-2 pitch to Tito. And that was probably the biggest pitch he's thrown so far.
I think Tito may have chased a little out of the zone on
1-0 and a high fly ball. Center field, drifting back, Lasco, track. Whoa, he makes the catch on the track. Oh, that's a metal bat home run if I've ever seen one.
And the wind is barely anywhere to be seen. That flag was completely draped for about the span of 15 seconds or so, and now here comes the flag right back. The winds have picked up again.
5 minutes ago, that thing's carrying over the fence.
Oh, easily.
I mean, it was ripping through here at like 15 miles an hour now. You know, it's starting to pick up, but, man.
No shame for Hyannis there. He made good contact with it. So that brings up Nolan Shanuel. First pitch to Shanuel outside 1-0. So now 2 outs, still that runner Jeb off of first. And unfortunately, the home run by Freeland in the bottom of the 7th really changes how you attack this inning. The 1-0 to Shanuel, up high 2-0. So Shanuel, you have to think he's going to get a pitch he likes at some point now, up 2-0 in the count. He's got power.
Control issues, though, that you mentioned from Gervais.
Well, Hyannis found that pitch. He just barely missed driving it out of the yard. 2-0 to Shanuel. He takes low 3-0.
Oh, yeah. If Hyannis is able to pull that ball, that's an easy home run.
I mean, that was right down the pipe, and Hyannis just barely missed it.
Took it to the furthest part of the field.
3-0. Outside ball 4. Okay. So Shanuel works a 4-pitch walk. Now the tying run is on base. Now Jacob Campbell, who has reached base twice tonight, represents the go-ahead run. And the shallowest part of the park here is down the left field line.
Illinois, number 25, Jacob.
It's interesting, too. They're playing Campbell pretty far off that left field line. I think that speaks to the speed that you're going to get from Gervais, that they're not expecting a right-handed hitter to get out in front on a fastball. So you'll see them shade to the right of Campbell, expecting him to hit the ball the other way.
Well, this is just about the biggest spot you can see a guy come up in. Campbell versus Gervais. First pitch is a breaking ball low.
I want literally no one else on this team at the plate more than I do Jacob Campbell in this scenario.
Drake is now standing up.
Tied for tops in the team in the batting average.
Yeah, up to 333.
The 1-0. Gervais steals. Campbell takes a strike outside part of the plate. Count 1-1. Runner off of second, Mitch Jeb. Runner off of first, Nolan Shanuel. Of course, this game could have very easily been tied at Justin Hyannis' long fly ball. Caught the wind. Alas, it was not to be there. Runner goes. The 1-1. It gets away from the catcher. Burns, so now both runners, and now continues to tail away. The runner coming home and scoring is Jeb. All the way from first to third is Shanuel, and the Harbor Hawks are on the board. And now a wild pitch ties the game.
I like that Mitch Jeb guy, and here comes Gervais calling time, and he is frazzled. He is absolutely frazzled. He saw the batter going. You could hear it. They all yelled, going, and he immediately spikes the ball in the dirt. It gets away so far, and how about the speed from Mitch Jeb to come from second to home plate?
And the awareness of him just to not even hesitate at third, and Beatty saw it too, sent him right away. Jeb didn't pull up, trusted his coach, and got in safely.
Here's the 2-1 delivery, and where did that one miss?
Outside.
Outside 3-1. So Campbell's going to get a pitch he likes. A run is in. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The tying run 90 feet away, and Nolan Shanuel.
I wouldn't mind a pass ball.
There comes a 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. So now the go-ahead run on. And Cole McConnell, definitely a guy you want up in this spot as well.
Yeah, bring your 5-hole hitter up, Cole McConnell. Riku Nishida behind him. McConnell struck out his last time at the plate looking, and can only hope that you don't see that same result right here.
Louisiana Tech, number 32.
Okay, so McConnell in a righty-lefty matchup against Paul Gervais, who is normally rock solid in these spots, but we've seen even the best relievers in this league can have your rare blemish. Of course, Jay Driver last night. First pitch low to McConnell, 1-0.
I think that pitch has caused Brewster to call down to that bullpen, get some people to start throwing.
Yeah, the bullpen has no action right now, which is a very peculiar spot. The Harbor Hawks need to work quick, too. That sun is rapidly descending.
The 1-0 pitch to McConnell. Catches the outside part of the plate, 1-1. So if for whatever reason Hyannis finds a way to take the lead in the bottom of the frame, I'm trying to stand up here, the bottom of the frame, let's say the sun sets after the bottom of the 8th inning and the Whitecaps don't score, the Hyannis Harbor Hawks will win the game. The 1-1 pitch, and McConnell fouls it away, 1-2. So now Gervais, who hasn't found himself ahead in the count much, finds himself ahead in the count here.
Was it stretch the legs or something there?
Yeah, it was just to stretch the legs. Gosh. You know, it would be nice if Gervais just spikes one right here.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right. Not a home run, no, a wild pitch. Please.
The 1-2 to McConnell. And he takes up high 2-2. Good eye from Cole McConnell there.
Cole took a risk, a very calculated risk with that one.
With Riku Nishida in the on-deck circle. Off of third, Shanuel. Off of first, Campbell. One already in on the wild pitch. The 2-2. Gervais steals. Swung on and fouled back. McConnell.
I like that swing.
I do like that swing. I like that swing.
There wasn't hesitation. It wasn't like he was just trying to fight it off. He was swinging to put that ball in play.
Not entirely defensive. Bodes well for you. McConnell looking to attack here on the 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 1 run already in. The Hawks trail 2-1. Gervais, here's the pitch. Fouled away again. McConnell staying alive in the at-bat.
All right, Cole, let's just go yard with it. We don't have enough time to be doing the foul ball thing.
Yeah.
The sun has started to... The sun has hit the top of the fence behind the left side of the infield
as I mentioned,
bleachers.
one of their last games they played here, they played until 7:58. They did get the whole 9 in, so you got to wonder... If we can get to 8 o'clock is probably the benchmark, maybe the latest. I don't know how far after 8 you'll get.
2-2 again. Gervais deals, and it's hit up the middle, through for a base hit to tie the game. Scoring is Shanuel. It is an RBI single for Cole McConnell, and the Cardiac Hawks have worked back to tie it in the 8th, 2 apiece.
Well, boy, that's a big hit, but I got bad news for you. And it's not necessarily bad news yet, but it's the fact that you have to complete this entire inning to even vie for a tie if the sun goes down. So no matter what, if you're the Harbor Hawks, you still have to work quickly here. Because if this game is called with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, it's a 2-0 score and Brewster wins.
Well, here's the million-dollar question now with the game tied.
Can Riku Nishida get a hit?
Well, I was going to say, who's your fastest working reliever? So,
and they're leaving Gervais out there,
and
you
do have to feel for.
Yeah, they basically
you have
said
to feel
figure it out
for Fitzpatrick and Copen, who were both magnificent. So now Gervais steals a first pitch low to Nishida. Count 1-0, and boy, this game has taken a turn in a hurry.
You don't miss often low to Riku Nishida.
No, and this is the second time Gervais has seen him.
Gervais, the 1-0 to Riku. Riku takes a called strike, and then he's 1-1. So now the go-ahead run, Shanuel scored. Jacob Campbell is the go-ahead run at second base here.
Quite the spot to be in.
The 1-1. Low 2-1. Riku is not going to be caught fishing for that.
All right. Well, now I'm going to need Gervais to either walk Riku and the next guy or start pounding the strike zone. We need something to happen here.
I mean, an RBI single would be pretty neat.
Yeah, you would. And then let's just get an out and then go shut him down.
The 2-1. Riku off the end of the bat into shallow left coming on Leary. He makes the catch to retire the side, but the Hawks come back to score 2 in the 8th. And now you got to hustle and bustle with the sun setting here in Brewster through 7.5, a tie ball game, 2 apiece. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Welcome back here in the bottom of the 8th, and as Jackson Emis comes onto the bump, how differently does the setting sun change your strategy?
Well, you got to work quick, and Jackson Emis does just that. You got to throw strikes, and I guess you can't work around anybody. You can't afford to, pick and choose who you attack in this lineup at this point. You got to get through the bottom of the 8th quickly, give yourselves a shot in the top of the 9th, and realize at least, okay, we get through the bottom of the 8th, we're going to at least walk away with a point depending on how the 9th goes, and you don't want to be caught in that situation where daylight decides the winner of this game.
Well, how about that top of the 8th? Cole McConnell with what might be, to this point, the biggest hit we've seen a Hyannis Harbor Hawk come through with all year. A game-tying RBI single. Jackson Emis, like I said, on the bump.
And Cole McConnell's really come around. Today is his 3rd multi-hit game in the last 4 games, so he is really swinging the bat well.
Well, we've asked so many times, who is going to be that guy that steps up with runners in scoring position? It was McConnell.
Well, we've got to point out, too, that the Harbor Hawks put together another late-inning rally, this time with just 1 hit. They did it against the Commodores with no hits to walk that game off. Tonight, they score 2 on just 1 hit in that inning. So their plate discipline at an elite level right now.
Yeah.
The bats, though, you can't keep relying on pitchers to kind of melt down on the mound.
You take it however you can get it.
The trees in left field that really hurt you when the sun goes down. But the Harbor Hawks have at least 15 to 20 minutes of work right here. So work quickly, but
if you can work quickly and get out of this with at least a tie, that would be great. First pitch to Parks Harbor inside 1-0 as things are flying everywhere. The wind is now really picking up. I got to tell you.
Cold?
No.
Oh.
Here comes the 1-0. Up high, 2-0. So Jackson Emis.
Yeah, what did you have to tell me?
3.1 innings of work, ERA, triple goose eggs, 3 strikeouts thus this season out of Princeton.
Nothing?
0.
Well, actually, I completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, the 2-0, low 3-0, and that's the exact thing you don't want to do with the sun setting. I will say, though, and now I remember my thought, good night for it to be the summer solstice, wouldn't you say?
I would say so. Bria just got bingo, by the way.
She did?
She did.
What was Bria's bingo?
That was, I just lost my train of thought.
3-0 to Harbor in the pitch. There's a strike, now 3-1. We have seen several Whitecap batters go up 3-0 in a count today, only to suffer a similar strikeout fate. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out Bottom of the 8th, a tie ball game, 2-2. Hyannis delivers the 3-1. That's it high in the air. Center field, McConnell drifting in, makes the catch, 1 down. That's what you want, quick outs.
Well, that's a way to battle by Jackson Hyannis. You go behind 3-0, you don't just give up. You come back in the zone, you come back in the zone again and make him put the ball in play. Good job by the Princeton reliever, and you expect here he's settled in a bit. Will come right at the Virginia Tech third baseman, DeMartini.
Carson DeMartini struck out 3 times. I believe that there's some sort of nickname for that.
The hat trick?
Yep. That's
4 times
ham
is
bone.
the golden sombrero, I believe.
Ham
First
bone?
pitch taken low, ball 1.
Talk about strikeouts.
Was it
today.
3? I thought it was. Is it 3 or 4 for the sombrero?
It's 4. Yep.
The Harbor Hawks have struck out 73 batters this year through 8 games now, almost 8 games.
1-0, taken up by 2-0. Well, according to Wikipedia, in slang, when a batter strikes out 3 times in a game, he is said to have completed a hat trick.
Yes.
And here I am thinking I'm watching the Stanley Cup Finals.
Mr. Dakuda, nicely done.
Thank you.
Or the World Cup.
Appreciate it. Hats off. Tip of the cap.
2-0, Hyannis deals, and it's low again, 3-0. So Jackson Hyannis has gone down in the count 3-0 twice.
Hyannis is perfect on 3-0 counts
yeah.
in this ball game.
If history tells us any tale, he's
telling
going to come
you.
back in the zone here.
Of course, if this game is called at any given moment in the bottom of the frame,
I'll lose
it would
it.
revert to the previous 3-0. He's not perfect. Who said that?
I don't remember.
If they were to call this game
Right now?
right now, oh boy, there would be the league would get a call. Say this.
I think we're getting through the bottom of the 8th.
I think
So Curtis Burns steps up to the plate.
From Texas Christian.
He has reached twice in his 3 times.
Curtis Burns.
And you'd think that if one of these first 2 pitches is way up and away, that coaches would come out and try and settle Hyannis down.
Yeah, you have enough time, I think. Still some light shining on Riku Nishida's face at second base.
Here comes the first pitch. Low for ball 1.
Not seeing too much action in the arm barn for the Harbor Hawks, but again, tough to see from our angle, but I can only imagine.
Well, I can see Wes Burton walking around, but he's pretty easy to spot.
Mazdak Davari. That's all I got a view of.
Yep.
1-0 to the number 7 hitter, Byrne. Runner off of first. And it's a wild pitch. It gets away from Campbell, and I think now we're going to see a meeting on the mound.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I saw Hyannis walking in, so now the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, it comes down to throwing strikes.
So if for whatever,
that's really all it is.
So if for whatever reason this run comes home, then yeah, you can call the game in the top of the 9th. That'd be cool.
Well, no, not in the top of the 9th,
Wait.
because we would lose.
Oh, wait, excuse me. I take that back.
Yep.
So there's no way
There's
in which,
no way it would
and
help
now
us.
there is a meeting on the mound.
You call the game in the top of the 9th, then they score a run here, it's over. We lose. If you call the game now, and we still lose.
Yep.
So no way it's good for the Harbor Hawks.
The game does not need to be called.
No.
Game
That
does not-
is,
no.
unless Brewster is sat down 2 outs right here, you get to the top of the 9th, and then they call it. Okay,
Yeah, that's the only way it would benefit
you
Hyannis.
tie.
Whitecaps are
You're probably the best you're fighting for is a tie right now.
Right. The only way the Harbor Hawks win is if we play a complete 9 innings.
Right.
That is the only
Right.
scenario in which Hyannis walks away with a win today.
Which
And
would
you
take
don't want to
another-
waste a 2-out rally like
Yeah.
you've put together here in the top of the 8th.
We are a total of 8 outs away from a full 9 innings of play.
We're
And
close.
I don't think we'll get all of that in before the sun goes down.
Well, the sun is now really starting to set. Field is still light for the time being. The 2-0 pitch. There is a strike. Jackson Hyannis tosses a strike. Curtis Byrne now up in the count 2-1. But here's the problem. You have a runner on second in DeMartini. We have not seen how he runs yet because he struck out the first 3 times he's come to the plate.
Got to watch the pickoff move, maybe a back pick at second base here from Campbell to Riku.
The
Keep your eye on
2-1
that.
pitch. They're checking off a second. Hyannis now delivers, and it's a swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 2-2. Strikeout would be huge here.
DeMartini has stolen 5 bases in 8 attempts out of Virginia Tech.
Well, if there's someone you have behind the plate looking to throw out a potential stealing base candidate, well, who else would you want than Jacob Campbell?
Yeah.
Here comes a 2-2. Hyannis out of the stretch, checks back off second. Here comes a pitch, the 2-2. It's a breaking ball, swing and a miss.
big out. What a breaking ball he has, and now that he's starting to throw it for strikes, after that mound visit with Campbell, seemed to get on the same page, and Jackson Hyannis is looking sharp now.
So it is the man that started the scoring with an RBI hit by pitch.
Number 12, Cam Leary.
It is Cam Leary, who came in relief of Logan Bravo in left field. With a runner on second, 2 outs, Jackson Hyannis looking to work in and out of danger. And with the way the light is going, hopefully secure at least a tie. The first pitch, inside corner, called a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Yeah, Jackson Hyannis is in the zone, feeling it now. You can tell it. He wants the ball, gets it right back from Campbell, and goes right back to the mound. He's working. He's back in the zone. Just took him a few pitches to kind of get comfortable.
Like you said, a potential base-stealing threat off of second with DeMartini. At this point, I don't know how much the extra base matters. The 0-1, and it's lined to second base. Riku, a slide, knocks it down. Barehand fires to first, and it gets away from the first baseman, Hyannis, and coming home and scoring is the runner, DeMartini, for a 3-2 Whitecap lead. And, you know, that's just a really tough play. If you're Riku, you might just want to eat that because he knocked it down, and he just never seemed to have full handle of the ball.
Well,
there is an error on sheet over at second base, and that is a tough one to swallow.
We have a pinch hitter.
You
for
could
the Whitecaps.
get an
Coming
out,
from Florida Atlantic.
hit
Number 40, Caleb.
a home run in the
Pendleton.
top of the ninth, hit another home run in the top of the ninth,
Where are you going with this?
force the next 3 batters to just be out because they don't go to the plate, and then go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the ninth.
So now that you're dealing with the light conundrum, should I say?
Well, you got to think Coach Beatty's going to lobby to at least play the ninth because he's going to want his guys to get a chance to hit again.
First pitch, a low ball one, and you have to feel for Hyannis. He gets a ground ball and just doesn't get the out. So now we have a pinch hitter for Black. Get you the name that looks like it is Michael Sirota. Sirota fouls it away. I take that back. It is Caleb Pendleton. My bad.
Yeah, Caleb Pendleton was on the 2021 Hyannis Harbor Hawks team. He is roommates with right fielder Nolan Shanuel at FAU. A couple of close friends there. Pendleton was actually telling me last summer about Shanuel a whole year before Nolan was due to come to the Cape, and he had high praise for the Harbor Hawk right fielder, and as does Shanuel for the Brewster catcher.
1-1, 2 outs, runner off of first, already a run in on the Nishida error. And here comes a 1-1 pitch. Here's a called strike at the knees, count 1-2.
And a fun fact about Caleb Pendleton, his first 2 college at-bats came in the same inning in which he hit 2 grand slams.
No.
Did he pull the Fernando Tatis?
He did, his first 2 collegiate at-bats.
That's awesome.
Wow.
One
All
ball,
over.
2
It's
strikes,
all downhill from there.
2 outs.
Well, you can't top that.
Bottom of the 8th, 1 run already in. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and now a check back to first. It gets away from Hyannis.
He's looking 3, but he'll hold up at second.
Runner
Leary.
will hold at second, and it has not been
Well,
a bottom of the 8th to remember for Justin Hyannis.
if the Harbor Hawks are playing for time here, the pickoff move at first base when the lead was not anything to note was a decision.
So 1-2 now to Pendleton.
You might have a chance. to
Hyannis
play tonight.
deals. The pitch is swung on and foul tipped.
Yep, 7:51 now. We know they can go at least to 8,
I'll do some more research on the other home games
but
for you.
10 minutes that's not enough to get a full inning in, I don't believe. If they take you to 8-10, maybe you got a shot, but that still doesn't solve the problem where the Harbor Hawks have to score a run on the top of the ninth.
7:58 was the latest they've played here at home this season.
7:58,
And
okay.
they completed all 9 in that game.
Here
They
comes a
completed
1-2.
all 9 in every game.
They have, but the other games have all ended by 7:40.
Wow.
Hyannis sets and deals the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. And barring a miracle, this sets up to be what could be a heartbreaker for the Hawks in a game where they have battled back, and probably one of the most surefire fielders in the league, Riku Nishida, an uncharacteristic error that could wind up being a very costly one, as a matter of fact. But still hopefully have 3 outs to work with, and Hyannis has to get out of this one. The 1-2 pitch, a high pop foul, and Pendleton dragging this one out.
So we've learned that the light was truly not going to be an issue in the 8th inning. Had Hyannis worked perfect in the 8th, this game would have either ended in a tie or,
I've done some further digging.
All right.
And the game last year between the Anglers and Whitecaps in 2021 ended at 8:13 p.m.
In 9 innings?
In 9 innings.
1-2, high pop. Fair territory, Nishida calls everybody off, makes the catch. So let's go to the 9th, and I think they're going to try and hurry this thing up as much as possible with the light growing ever so dim. The Hawks do relinquish the go-ahead run.
Berman.
Are they going to talk, or are they going to...
Well, Brewster hasn't quite sprinted out of the dugout, but we'll see.
They're ruling it a pop-out, so that should be that. Now they...
Well, I mean, they might discuss the light here.
I think they're going to play on.
It looks like they will. Looks like we're going to play on.
So we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, top of the 9th, Hawks down 3-2. Do they have another rally in them? Well, we will find out on Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm sideline reporter Bria Losick, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5 Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Now playing at second
Well,
base from
we enter the top of the 9th.
Fitz Genther.
It is Fitz Gecker now playing second base.
Number 15 from Mercer,
for the Whitecaps.
Ryan Lobus.
Just making sure Fitz Genther, excuse me.
Hey, Zach Berman, what do you know about the Mercer Bears and their baseball team?
Well, I know they typically play Alabama in football every other year and tend to get waxed, but I don't know anything about their baseball
exactly where
program.
I was going with their baseball team.
I know they have right-hander Ryan Lobus up here on Cape Cod,
Now,
and he
what
happens
gives
to
that
be
away?
standing on the mound.
That's what gives
So
it away.
Ryan Lobus, 6'2", 195, once again.
6'2", short guy.
Yeah, what's going on? Real drop-off, huh?
So he's got to face off against Pancho Ruiz, Don Patelli, and Mitch Jebb. At the very least, you would like to see those three flip the lineup over. Lobus comes from Chattanooga State Community College. You just pull up his stats for you real fast.
Lobus, another guy from Woodstock. We've seen a few of those.
4.54 ERA this past season with Mercer.
He has appeared in 2 games on the Cape, 5.40 ERA, 3 1/3 innings logged, 3 RBI allowed, couple of walks.
Looking for the save here.
Well, if there was ever a time for Pancho to show that light tower power, how about right now?
4 walks, 4 strikeouts.
Okay. Ratio you can work
3-2,
with.
the Hawks trail. First pitch, Pancho takes outside 1-0. I got to tell you, if these umps want this game to get through, they're sure as heck not calling it like it.
Well, the batter's got to swing.
Yeah, I mean, if they're outside, it's outside.
1-0. Taken for a called strike of the knees. 1-1 to Pancho Ruiz. 0 for 3. A fly out, 2 ground outs.
If you want to win, you got to swing at everything close right here because of the time. You can't be picky.
The 1-1 pitch to Pancho and a high fly ball down the right field line. Hooking it. Gonna land foul. Count goes 1-2.
It's a heck of an effort from Tatro out there to even get close to that ball.
Let's see how slow he runs back to right. No. He's jogging on the hop.
That's
to get
what I
back to
do
right
respect
field.
about this Brewster team. They're not playing the light. They could have easily came out, slowed things down, done some mound visits, pitching changes. They didn't do any mid-inning pitching change. No real mound visits that took up some time. They're really playing this game to try to get the full 9.
Yep.
you gotta respect him
Really
for
admirable. Really admirable.
The 1-2 to Ruiz, and the pitch is nicely laid off by Pancho. The count 2-2. Pancho, Patelli, and Mitch Jebb, the last 3 gasps for the Harbor Hawks, who already came back once at the top of the 8th. They're going to have to do it again in the top of the 9th. The 2-2 pitch to Pancho and a high pop. Angling, foul territory, and making the catch is Harbor, 1 down in the 9th.
Here's a wild hypothetical. Dominic Patelli, we've already seen hit 1 home run as he steps to the plate right now, and then Mitch Jebb behind him. Even if these guys both somehow scored a run for the Harbor Hawks, at that point, you have to manufacture a way to get yourself out.
How do you do that?
You just don't go to the plate. You say, I want to be out. That's a really good way to do it. Or get tossed.
Yeah, I don't know if
But even then, that doesn't charge
try
them
that
out.
theory out.
Yeah.
So Patelli stands in first pitch. Lobis delivers as a strike. Count 0-1.
Right. Toss
So-
some expletives at the umpire and see what he
So
gets.
should the score hold,
we're
the
out?
Hawks
No,
would go to
thank you.
3-5-1. Brewster would go to 5-4. The 0-1 and the dirt 1-1. Of course, these two teams play tomorrow night back in the friendly confines of McKeon Park.
And can confirm we do have lights for that game.
See, this is what you gotta love about Cape Cod.
No,
I don't
I don't
agree.
Yeah.
No, it adds an extra quirk to the
Oh, a
whole
quirk,
experience.
right.
The 1-1, Patelli swings and fouls it away. Count 1-2. Mitch Jebb could be the last man standing.
I think I'm all set on quirks.
I could go without the quirk. I bet these future Major League Baseball players would also agree.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan of this quirk.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Lobis, righty to lefty. Sets and deals the 1-2. Patelli hits it to short. Fielding, firing in time. Freeland over to the first baseman, Harbor. 2 down, and Mitch Jebb is the last man standing for the Hawks in the 9th.
Well, Mitch Jebb has yet to log his first hit as a Harbor Hawk. He has had 10 total at-bats on the young year. But that's in the last, 48 hours. It lasts so, really.
So if Jebb reaches, you flip the lineup over and give Tito Flores a shot.
I would like a shot from Tito Flores. That'd be great.
Yeah.
3:15 to left.
Righty to lefty, first pitch, Jebb attacks immediately, fouls it away, count 0-1.
Notice with the Harbor Hawks, they haven't really been attacking fastballs early in the count.
No, yeah.
Now that feels like they have to.
Right.
Jebb against Lobis. The pitch is taken low, 1-1. And if Jebb gets on, he's got wheels, so he can get himself into scoring position, where a hit could potentially tie the game. The 1-1 pitch taken outside 2-1. Good eye by Mitch Jebb.
Well, down to your final load here, but you have a guy at the plate who's a grinder. He's going to work the count, going to do everything he can to extend the inning.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The pitch to Jebb takes low, 3-1.
It's good. Working the count here would not necessarily behoove you, but taking a walk and then a first pitch Tito Flores knock would be okay.
3-1, 2 outs, top of the 9th. The Hawks trail to the Brewster Whitecaps 3-2. The pitch and a pop foul down the left field line, so the Hawks are down to their final strike.
We are in close proximity to Tito Flores, and if I could say anything to him right now, it would be that if Mitch Jebb does get on, go hit a home run.
Well, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Yes.
3-2, 2 outs, top of the 9th. Lobis sets and deals righty to lefty the pitch, and it's inside, ball 4, not by much. Jebb reaches on a walk.
How do you take that pitch?
How do you not call that strike 3? That right
Wow.
there hummed the inside part of the zone. I think Mitch Jebb froze up because it looked like a called strike, but Mitch Jebb is on base.
So the inning extends, the lineup flips over, and it could be Tito time. He is 0 for 4 tonight, but what better time to change that than right now?
Do you throw Tito Flores a singular fastball?
No. No, you don't.
I mean, it doesn't get any easier after Flores with Hyannis in the on-deck circle. First pitch to Tito. Well, there was a fastball called a strike.
It was borderline. It could have been a changeup. It wasn't
Right.
90s, but
Do you throw Tito Flores? I mean, I don't even know if I put too many in the zone.
Wonder if Jeb considers running here. Now he's got a big lead.
But you don't want to end the game.
Don't want to end the game
base
on the base paths. But also, if he runs, then a single ties the game.
Yeah.
Check back to first. They got him in a pickle. Jeb now is going to go back towards first. And the ball is bobbled! Unbelievable! The first baseman, Harbor, bobbles it, and Jeb gets up to second.
Wow. We don't have time for this, but also I will accept it.
Sure, why not?
Wow.
There is a runner in scoring position. It is a stolen base for Mitch Jeb.
Baseball does not exist. Let me remind you that. I don't know how you scored that.
Director of Broadcast Harrison Myers has no idea how that would be scored.
4-1-5-1-6. 1-4.
What is it? Stolen base?
Error on 3.
Oh my! Sometimes you just have to. You just have to laugh.
That was my 50-50 ticket. Sorry, you guys. That's what I was reading.
I've never seen that one before. Man, oh man! So now a runner in scoring position.
Wow.
The 0-1 to Tito Flores. He takes low, 1-1.
T-Mobile and Massachusetts State Lottery are both things, and Honeydew Coffee, actually, that I really enjoy. Just want to throw that out there.
I mean, when you get hung up in a pickle and you get away with it, that's some luck. You would have more luck playing the Massachusetts State Lottery. The 1-1 hit to deep left. Leary back at the track at the wall. It is gone!
Tito Flores does the unimaginable.
We got bigger problems, guys.
We've got bigger problems.
We got
the
fish to fry.
Get the closers up and ready.
Hello.
I have been rendered speechless.
What?
Okay.
Flores puts him ahead 4-3. You're battling the daylight. Drake Toll, what do we got to do here?
You can't send Shaniel to the plate here. You've got to get an out. You've got to get an out. Well,
Shaniel's he just has to swing at anything.
Well, Shaniel's on deck, so he can swing as much as he wants. I am actually, man. It's Hyannis at the plate. You've got to get out. You've got to get out if you're Justin Hyannis.
What a ridiculous turn of events.
You've got to get out right here.
I mean, the Hawks.
And Hyannis swings and misses on the first pitch.
Keep swinging and missing. Be a wee guy. Be a wee guy right here.
You got to give yourself a shot to close this thing out. We got maybe 15, 20 minutes left, if that.
Okay. Hyannis pops up. Happy summer solstice, ladies and gentlemen.
Tito Flores, though, that's his second home run in
the
many
Hawks lead 4-3. Tito Flores, who was 0 for 4 coming in, only reaches the plate because.
How about the pickle at first?
Because of the pickle. Man, the 0-2 is. Hyannis holds up. So let's just backtrack here. Mitch Jeb works a walk in the number 9 hole, gets hung up in a pickle, and the first baseman, Harbor, Hyannis takes up and away 2-2, drops the ball. He drops the ball. What would have ended the game?
So now the Hawks up 4-3
and then
with
Tito
Hyannis
Flores gets a hanging breaking ball, deposits it over the left field fence, and the Hawks have the lead, the 2-2. That's hit to center. Lasco under it makes the catch. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th. And for the second straight inning, the Hawks score 2, come back, take the lead, 4-3. I'm curious to see who they throw out in the bottom of the 9th. The sun is dwindling. The Hawks are winning. Let's go to the bottom of the frame.
Broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day.
Well, how about this? It is Austin Strickland.
Happy summer solstice. How do you celebrate?
Well, I'm celebrating watching the Hyannis Harbor Hawks.
Wow.
This is how I celebrate.
Wow, wow, wow.
We have talked about where is the timely hitting. The Harbor Hawks 4 runs in the top of the 8th and the top of the 9th to take a 4-3 lead, and they have tasked Austin Strickland to close this thing out. And you are not just racing against the Whitecaps, you're racing against the sun.
Here's a guy you want on the mound in this situation, okay? He's a starting pitcher, right? He did make some relief outings at Kentucky, but he's a competitor. He's going to throw strikes, and he's going to give you a good shot to close this thing out.
It's the Harbor Hawks versus the literal sun right now. That is the true matchup in this game.
Well, it's not a very easy situation for Strickland to enter into, as he's got to deal with 1, 2, and 3 in the Whitecaps order, including Freeland, who homered in the last inning. First pitch, Lasko takes a breaking ball, ball 1.
Good luck explaining anything from this game to someone who doesn't know Cape League baseball.
The 1-0, and Lasko lines it to left field, and there is a leadoff base hit. So,
well, double plays in order.
The double play is in order.
Thank you for the hit, then. What if?
But now Freeland, who's already hit 3 homers
on the season.
Can you imagine? Add that wrinkle in, huh?
Central Florida. Number 24, Alex.
Yeah, this
is baseball. This is summer on the Cape, and nothing makes sense anymore.
A peculiar spot to be in, though, for the Hawks here. You got to get it out. You have the most dangerous hitter in the Brewster lineup at the plate. You have a starting pitcher on the mound to close the door for you.
First pitch, low, ball 1. And you have to be careful. Freeland has serious power. We already saw it once today. Harbor Hawks have already surrendered a walk-off homer in the last 24 hours. The 1-0, and it's hit on the ground, past a diving Nishida, into right field, a base hit. Going to third, and the throw high. Now going to second, and safe is Freeland. And oh boy, what do we have here?
What we have
second and third, nobody out.
Not a good situation is what we have. We have the tying run 90 feet away and the winning run 180 feet away.
This could have been dangerously anticlimactic. Just.
Yeah.
Well, if Austin Strickland wants to get out of this thing with a win, he's going to have to pull a Houdini act.
Well, what if I told you triple play?
Well, second and third, the odds of that happening are
not zero.
Don't take the odds. Don't take the odds.
They're going to just walk and put them on, load the bases.
So they're going to walk him and load the bases. I respect that. So Malone, who's one of the best hitters on the Cape, goes by the 3 pass.
Well, say hello to the 4-hole hitter.
Yeah.
But how many times do you walk to load the bases with a 4-hole hitter coming up?
So Tatro,
we've seen it all.
They're going to bring the infield in. Obviously, they can't afford that run to score, so they're going to bring the infield in here, try to get the out at the plate, and we'll go from there.
This is amazing, but at the same time, terrifying.
Yeah.
Bases loaded, nobody out. You're down. You're up by 1. The first pitch to Tatro, and it gets away from Campbell. And what a job by Campbell to get back and hold the runner.
Wow. Yeah, that was. He hesitated at third base. That's Lasko. If he went right away, he may have scored.
100%.
But he didn't go right away. He stopped halfway down, then started to go, then retreated.
If you're Strickland, and how do you settle in? I don't know. I don't have words for this, but you got to throw strikes.
I mean, at this point, the sun is setting. If the sun is supposed to set in 5 minutes.
Well, it's set all right.
There's a good bit of daylight left. This is not dramatically dark.
The 1-0 to Tatro, and the pitch is lined to center field. Back goes McConnell. It is over his head, and that is going to walk it off tonight for the Brewster Whitecaps. Scoring is Lasko, scoring is Freeland, and it is a heartbreaker and then some for the Harbor Hawks as they fall 6-5 or 5-4 in a game that seemed to go every which way all at once, but at the end it just ends in heartbreak.
Wow.
That is a way to, I mean, you got to admire the fight this team showed to battle back, get back into this game, and unfortunately, a lot of games can end in different ways. This was,
I mean, we pretty much checked off every possibility in the sport toward the end of this one.
I have seen it all, and, well, We're going to be right back here, or should I say on the mic tomorrow. And these two teams, after this game, what more could you want than to have these two teams face each other again? And that's what they will do. Your final score, 5-4. Brewster wins, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Whitecaps for the Hawks in a heartbreaking losing effort. 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. For Austin Dakuta, Drake Toll, our wonderful producers, Abby Stokes, Ella Gibson, our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, and our director of broadcast, Harrison Myers. I'm Zach Berman. So long from Brewster. Your final, once again, 5-4. The Hawks fall in a heartbreaking fashion.